Hey, welcome YouTube. What's going on, everybody? I've been busier than hell. I got my main computer across the house and I brought everything over here. I've got multiple monitors. I took my desk, it was way back here behind me. I took out part of my bookshelf. I shoved it up against the wall and I've got everything really different. I've got it changed. I've opened the room up. And now I'm not going to bring more crap in and more racks. I need this extra room because, you know, I just got too much stuff. Ahoy, how you doing? Auto Drop, how's it going? Dwayne King, how's it going? Non-fam, hello, how you guys doing? Yeah, I've got an older, well, anyway, I don't have an older version of OBS in the background, but I had to update everything, and this computer here wasn't configured to work with. It isn't what I've been using lately, so I'm just reconfiguring everything. So hopefully my sound is good. I hope it's coming through, guys. Hey, Victor Riviera, how you doing? So, yeah, hoping it all works. I've got a link there in the description if you want to drop in and hang out. I just decided out of the blue, hey, let's go live in 10 minutes. So that's kind of what I did. I didn't pre-plan this. And I took my camera that was down here and I put it up here. Here's kind of a different angle. Here's what I'm looking at right here. I got my Brio up on top of that big monitor, and then I'm, got multiple screens. And up top where you can't see, I've got a TV set where I can either watch TV or monitor my cameras. And in the past, I had that TV set hooked up as a monitor. So now I got a new setup going on here. So anyway. And yay! Hopefully you can hear that. I can't hear that, but I'm hoping that comes through okay. So anyway, Betty Boop 45. How you doing, Betty Boop? How you been? Hope life's been treating you good, Betty. Ain't seen you in a while. So hello, Chris Travis. If anybody would like to drop in, I'll put the invite link back in chat, but it's right up there at the top above you. So I only message a few people real quickly. It's like, I didn't even say I'm going live. I just shot them a link real quick. This was totally not planned. But here's the link right here if you guys would like to drop in. Can you hear me okay? Do I look fairly clear? Am I too bright? I got my light up here that's normally in front of me beamed down over here to the side. And anyway, I'm just trying to change things up, trying to make it better, get it all working right. And been working on the room. And Sam Prentice just set up a new a Facebook group for all of you guys that are following us from the droid builds. There's a new Facebook group specifically regarding all the droids and stuff that we're doing. And I shared that out on my YouTube, my Twitter page, and it's on my Facebook group and my Facebook page. I shared out that link. So if you're into the droid building that we're doing and all the stuff here, you're welcome to join that group. And you have questions, you want to share what you're doing, have ideas, or where do you get this part from, that part from? We can all help each other on that Facebook group. So anyway, yeah, looking good. Thanks very much, Victor. So, and my camera, I've got it set here so it won't autofocus. So hopefully I'm crisp and clear. And the other day on my live stream, well, first off, I don't know why, but something got screwed up and I didn't go live. And after 13 or 14 minutes, I went live. So most people by that point had left my channel and they had went somewhere else. So once the stream was over, I went back and watched it and it just sat there doing nothing for like 13 minutes. So I deleted it. I re-downloaded the video, re-uploaded it. So any of you that might have watched me or seen it late, if you would go over to that video and just give it a thumbs up and just let it run in the background or something. That way I get some view hours on it. But yeah, I had to redo that. It kind of got screwed up. Let's see. Met up with Zolan and his wife this afternoon. They're driving through. Oh, cool. Yeah, I was hoping he would have came through Vegas, but he wasn't coming through Vegas. I believe Arizona. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I hope he's hoping him and his family are doing well. And Chris, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I know she had to drop off puppies around the country. So anyway, yeah, and then Liam did an unboxing yesterday. It was really cool. Jason, how you doing, Jason? And yeah, Jason, if you have a chance, the link's out there for the droid group. If you haven't already joined it, I'm sure you had, that Sam Prentice started a few hours ago. regarding all that we're doing. He has another Facebook group going for that. So, but yeah, I've got my main computer in here now, and everything's set up. I took my desk, 2 desks that were back here behind me in the middle of the room, and I cut out my wall unit. I put one of the desks into the wall. It's like a cubby, and that's where my monitors are on, 3 monitors, and I got my TV up above on a shelf. Then I took this big one and shoved up against it. So anyway, if I want to do any VR stuff or play any games, this is my main computer of the house. I moved it all out here. But if I want to, I got a lot of open room back here. So as long as I don't clutter it up and say, hey, honey, I need another rack to put models on that I can't sell, which it ain't going to happen. I mean, I took out, I don't know, 3 or 4 big boxes of models, put them in the spare room. They got to be gone through, and I just need to sell tons of stuff. He's not approved it. Well, let me look at that. I'm an admin on the group, but I didn't see the post unless I can't see it. Let me look real quick. Yeah, I've only been an admin on my group for like 4 or 5 years now, and I decided to go and be an admin on this other group he started, but let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I guess I'm not getting the notification. And he's probably sleeping right now. Let's see. Mr. and Mrs. Diesel, how you doing? I'm getting sidetracked reading my screens. Yeah, he's probably sleeping. But if anybody would like to drop in and hang out, I've got the invite link there in chat. It's right there. You're very welcome to come and hang out and talk about what you've been working on or what you're building or, anything hobby related. It's pretty much game. We don't do politics and we don't talk about sex, things like that. So, yeah, I'm just trying to find that post for Jason. See, I had to look. I was getting ready to say James. I don't know what's with me. I don't know anybody named James. I don't know where that's coming from. Yeah, and then in Facebook, you can only bookmark like 10 groups, and I probably got 100 groups I'm members of. Most of them I don't even remember, but you can't bookmark them. And if you delete a whole bunch in your bookmark on the left side of the page, you can't add more. So I don't know. It's all screwed up. But anyway, I don't know. So SPC 3D, hello, how you doing? How is everybody? So yeah, anyway, I got all the space now. Your little brother. Who's your little brother? So, and my phone went ding, and I don't see where that came from. Okay. Well, we got one person that'll jump in, but he's eating dinner right now and doesn't want to eat on camera. Here comes somebody. Who do we got? Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Hey, Jerry, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. Just trying to get things reset up and reorganized. And what's new?
Well, quite a few things new. I made some lithophanes. Nothing unusual for me.
Wow.
This time I made some cans. Oh gosh, I made like 7 or 8 cans. So in the past week.
So you need to get an Etsy store going if you don't have something else going privately there. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. I will have soon, and for only a limited amount of time, I will have it available. I thought that maybe once or twice a year gonna hold a sale, have certain items what people like most, put on eBay, and then they can bid for it if they want to. So if they like my artwork, and yeah.
Yeah, I had a great idea for my wife. I said, honey, or I didn't say honey. I said, hey, Brandy, I know how you can make like 33% of what I'm making on my Etsy store. I said, if I'll take the pictures, you can put the posts up on Etsy. You can kind of take over my Etsy thing and put listings on there. And when I sell anything, I'll give you a third of my profit. Whatever I make on profit, I'll give you a third. Like, no, I don't want to do that. That's your thing. I ain't doing it. She don't have a job. She has no income. It would give her something to do. She could run my Etsy store. It ain't like I don't have stuff to sell. I've got hundreds of models, and most of them are good, look good enough that they could be put on Etsy here and there. So, but I don't know. She don't want to do it. So I thought I'd throw that out there because I know she's watching right now.
Yeah.
Don't understand.
I think she needs to be inspired, by something maybe.
Yeah, money usually inspires most people. I mean, if I make $75 profit on something, she may just make $25. So
Yeah, but like maybe she doesn't care about money. Like I don't really. I do like money. Don't get me wrong, but it does solve quite a few problems. You know, but do you truly need it? You know, do you truly need certain items to have? You know, like instead of buying the good chocolate, I buy a little bit sometimes cheaper chocolate.
yeah.
So just to get my chocolate face going. And yeah, sometimes the cheaper chocolate is more grainier than the finer chocolate, but
Mm-hmm.
it depends.
Yeah, I
Sometimes I
like
like that.
Hershey's milk chocolate. My brother in Frump has some neighbors from Germany, and they give him imported chocolate from Germany. Then he gives me some occasionally. It's really good.
Yeah, Ritter Sport is pretty good, and
Oh,
Milka.
now she says she'll do it for 50%. So I don't know. I'll have to figure that. I'll have to figure
I,
that
I guess you have to negotiate there.
out. Nelson, hello. How you doing, Nelson? Hey, Big Mike.
Yeah, like
Well, I'm the one that buys her whatever she wants anyway. So which isn't much. Usually don't ask for much, but I'm the breadwinner of the house on my retirement money. So, but if she wants to make her own extra money, I want her to get involved in something that I'm doing at least. At least if you think I got too much crap, well, then you can help me get rid of it, and you can make money in the process. So, anyway,
yeah.
you look really young. What have you done? You look different. You look really young. I don't know something. You look different.
Yeah, I shaved. Yeah, I shaved a little bit, and yeah, I had
I'm
some.
not,
I have
I
some
don't
good
feel bad
news,
about you.
but I don't want to share it yet. So
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's coming right now. She's coming up on my side here.
all
Hi,
right.
Matt. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Rising Phoenix, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
Hello, Rising Phoenix. How are you?
Good.
Oh boy, yeah, I just thought out of the blue I'd go live. This room here was tore up, and I'm moving computers around and trying to get everything going. So
I'm
Yeah,
moving.
not much notice.
I'm moving all my printers out to the garage now that it's summertime.
where do you live at?
In Phoenix.
Okay. Oh wow, it's hotter there than here. I'm in Vegas.
Right. I got my own heated chamber. We call it the garage.
Yeah, it gets pretty warm. My garage is insulated, but yeah, it gets pretty warm. So
Mine's not. But did you? I've been working on the bot, and I don't know if you've run into this yet or not. But they just updated the file like in the last day or two for the A track. I don't know if it'll show up on here, but it actually hits up here. They made an exact copy of the one down here, and it's slightly offset. So you've got to reprint this, and that's what's happening on the Ender Plus back there.
I printed everything from the first set of files I got a few weeks ago, and then I realized that the only thing that's missing on that's wrong with mine is it doesn't have a hole to run the wires, so I drilled it. But yeah, it went together fine. One side fits one fits the other, and I've done this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe when they released the main files, the front pin or whatever I'm called, the one that's right here is actually closer to the center, and this guy's slightly set further back. And this one, so let's say this is B. This guy on A is exactly the same. So then you end up hitting. I don't know. You can see it right in here. You end up hitting here.
Oh, I see that inset part.
Yeah. So
okay, mine dropped in. Huh. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, you made a boo-boo, I guess.
Well, when you update files, it's easy to get things confused and make copies and things like that. So he just released on the OneDrive. Let me see here. I've got it open right here. He opened, let's see, drive A. He updated it yesterday at 2:35 a.m. drive A. He updated the outer drive plate and the inner drive plate.
Okay, because the only thing that mine doesn't have from like 2 weeks ago is a
Mhm.
hole right here where the wires from the motor go through the body here. So I had to drill that.
Yep.
I didn't have a square hole right there. Yeah, right there. I didn't have that square
Yeah.
hole.
And then there's one that matches it up underneath here. So
Yeah.
that was my thing. And then the other thing I've had a problem with is I did this all in carbon fiber, but this right here at this joint, it is not particularly strong. So I actually broke one of them off. So I ended up gluing it. And then when you run the 50 millimeter
bolts through
screw,
there.
yeah, then that gives it the strength. But
Yeah.
that was my
Then my other part, and then those two black spacers you have right where your hand is grabbing, mine were round and they weren't flat on one side. So I had to get the newest file and get them with the flat side, and I had to reprint them the other day.
Yeah, you can kind of see
you guys are far.
Yeah.
I'm not even that far. I'm just.
I gotta grab something real quick.
Just got a couple sides ready.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I have. Just two of my printers are down right now, so I have to do some maintenance on them.
No, I don't know if you can see all the way in the back there. My Ender 5 Pro, which has been my workhorse, started extruding between the micro Swiss hot end and either up on top or down below where the nozzle goes. And so my whole boot was just filled with black goo. And so I just tore it apart, heated it up, and I'm letting it cool off, and then I'll put it all back together. So, but I'm pretty much so done, with the exception of just a little stringing.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a little string between mine, so I took out a propane torch out of the garage, laid them all on my counter, and just went like that across them and took care of it.
That's out in the backyard waiting for me. I was gonna go do that, and I saw you were on. And I said, I'll drop it and say hi. So I did the eye 3 different ways. I did it concave, where it's hollow on the inside.
Okay.
I did it solid, so just like it came off, and then I did one where I just dimpled it in the middle, trying to give it more of that iris look.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I should reprint mine out of resin. I haven't done that yet. I've just got it out of PLA at the moment. I
did mine. I have a Anticubic Photon S, and I did it with Elgu Clear Red. Is what I've been, and I did all of them that way. I'm trying to make it look like remember in A New Hope, Princess Leia's in the cell and Darth Vader comes in, he's trying to make her talk, and they bring in the interrogation droid. I don't remember, but I've seen it. Okay, there's the scene in this black droid comes in, it's got a syringe needle on the side of it. And so that's what I want to do. I want to make this guy look like that, but to get the look, what I want to do is between here. Yes, I've become a mad scientist. Thank you, Gary. I had a normal life till you guys decided to build droids, and then now so what I want to do is, I've got everything here in black. What I want to do is in the movie, right between here and there, I want to. I saw Tim printed one of his pieces out of clear. Mm-hmm. I want to print just a strip big enough to put an addressable LED light in here, because in the movie, in that scene, as the droid comes forward, there's a light that keeps circling on the inside. And so I figured, God, if I could just print, like something in, yeah. But, I might be getting old or something. Fusion for beginners, it ain't a beginner program. That's going to take hundreds of hours to figure out how to make Fusion work. And just extrude another ring for inside there, and then then you actually have to print it. So
Hey, Mark.
So yeah, that's where. Yeah, that's what I'm doing on my Sunday.
Yeah, I still have to print. So that's some new files. I probably have to check them out and download them. And once I get this machine repaired tomorrow, I keep having fluctuation with the temperatures. I put a new hot end in, and I think I did the temperature gauge incorrectly, so I have to put it a little bit further in because I only put it like right there on the tip, But then someone recommended me to put a little bit further in because maybe it's getting still too cold because the fan is blowing on it,
So the actual heater element or the temp sensor?
The temp sensor.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's got to be tucked in there a little ways.
Yeah. There's a little screw what I saw, and I just have to put it back in. So, but it's just a hassle to take it apart because I have to take the whole unit off in front, and then have to figure the wires through, loosen them up at least a little bit, and then I can get access to it.
Henry's Competitions is dropping in. I don't know why he's calling himself that, but here he is. We've got Liam. Hey, Liam.
That happened because I forgot to change that. What happened is let me go in and modify that.
No, we've got Lethy Picks here. Okay, I guess you guys beeped in at the same time, unless he was sitting there and I wasn't seeing it. How you doing, Chewy?
I'm used to getting ignored. It's okay.
How long were you there?
Probably about 10 minutes. I was sitting there watching.
Oh no, I'm sitting there. We're talking to Rising Phoenix. I'm not looking down here.
I can't change it. Won't let me change it.
Oh, you
have to back out. You have to back out and change it that way and come back in. That's why.
Just go right here and change it. Now you can still hear me. See if you can change it now.
All right.
And then if you can't, wave your hand. I'll let you back in. Yeah, you should be able to change it. So.
There you go.
Oh, what's new there? Oh, you're Chewy. You look real blocky. What's going on with your internet?
I look real blocky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Hold on a second.
You're in 480p.
No, he just didn't feed a gerbil today, and it's not running fast enough for his internet to speed up.
Yeah.
So, hey, Dixon.
Does anybody in this group good at fusion?
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
I'm not great, but I can do some stuff with it. What you need done?
I was just telling the guys what I want to do is I want to print a 15 millimeter clear section to have it sit on top of here, and then put an LED, addressable LED to have. In A New Hope, there's the scene where Leia is in the prison cell and the interrogation droid comes in. So this guy in black looks a lot like him. I wanted to put a clear spacer in here, 15 millimeters high, secure and addressable LED in here, and on the droid there's a light that keeps circling.
So it's just a straight upstand, or is it curved or what?
No, straight.
Oh, that'd be really easy.
Well, all you need is the diameter and the thickness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and then extrude.
Yes. But it's getting all that. I mean, I've used Tinkercad before.
Maybe you can put an LED strip right around here, so when you put the dome on, it lights up underneath it at all times. There's a very small strip right underneath there. Well, actually, it goes this way. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe somewhere along this edge, you could put a strip, and you would see it when the head goes on. You would see it around the edge somewhere.
Now you're not going to want to put an LED right where it's turning at, because if you put it where it's turning at, you're just end up wrecking your LED.
No, so this piece right here is the base unit. So right here, there's a flat spot. Okay. And all I wanted to do is build a piece that would sit right on top of it, have the same 4 tabs, just put some longer screws in to put the Lazy Susan on. So I basically wanted to build the spacer in. Yeah. And yes, I have some filament envy for Mr. DeWitt, because he printed it in that clear stuff. I was like, I got to try that. So
all you have to do in Susan is draw a circle, set the thickness, or the right diameter, set the thickness, and then extrude up the right height.
Well,
Taking a circle, you take extrude and draw and pull up.
I was hoping to somehow or another just get this planar surface here that, take this model.
Can you make it full screen there, Jerry? I can't really see what he's pointing
Yeah,
out.
you should be able to do that in Tinkercad in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Tinkercad has a limit on the cubic millimeters of space you can use, and this piece is too big.
Oh, there's an easy way to do that. Do it whatever size you want in Tinkercad, bring it into your slicer, and then resize it.
Yeah, shrink it down to 50%. Bring it in Tinkercad, do it, bring it back, and then expand it 50%.
And if you're not sure of the size, only print a couple layers, stop the print, take it off, check it,
and measure it. Yeah. So print 3 or 4 layers, and then take it off and compare it and see if it fits.
What?
You may need to do a tiny bit of adjustment.
You take your part. Then when you take your part, you import it, and you got it at home on your computer. Slice it, and you do a little section of it, and so you can test run it. You never do the whole piece. You do a little section, test run it, and then you say it's good to go, and you get the whole piece.
4 layers for the right size, and then drop it on and see if it fits.
Yeah.
That's all you do. And if it fits perfect and you're good to go, just print it to full height.
Yep.
I feel dumb for not being able to have figured that out. You guys, that's like, this is totally worth it right here, Jerry. Right there.
Oh, we all have moments like that. Don't worry. We all ponder over stuff.
Hey, I'm still scared.
And it's something simple.
I had that once in my life.
360. I'm still learning.
Once in my life.
I was sitting here.
Awesome. Now I get to play my button. Awesome. Thank you very much, Constick. Thank you.
So, Dixon, you once thought you were wrong, but you were mistaken.
Appreciate it. Hey, did my sound come through? I couldn't hear it.
Sounded great, Jerry.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. I got to test it out. Thank you, Nonstick.
Now, the next time you hit the button, you have to dance to it.
Not only get up and dance. I've eaten too many cookies over the last few months.
Your little chair action.
Even chair dancing will work.
That's why you have to dance.
Get my head rolling.
Act like a bobblehead.
Yeah. Awesome. Very good. Very good.
All right. Maybe I'll.
You want to see?
Chewy, the head has a part that goes in the head, Chewy. When you put LEDs in, it won't knot up. It pivots. I forget what the part's called. It's in the files. I've got one on order, but when you run wires to the head, it pivots.
It's
one thing I will warn you: if you're using Tinkercad, the number of flat size that you use in Tinkercad to create a curve is only 64. So you will get a lot of flat edges on it. So in Tinkercad, what you can do is you make one, and then rotate it,
that's it,
and merge them, and then rotate it a bit, and merge them, and keep doing that. So you actually you keep doing that. So you end up doubling the amount of flat sides to eliminate to almost a smooth curve in Tinkercad.
Let's see what do you got, Chewy? Hey, your video looks awesome. You look wonderful right now. You're not all blocky.
Yeah, I had to stop.
Yay!
All right, here we go. This is from Hex 3D. This is the Pennywise Grogu remix, horror remix.
Nice.
So I have more stuff downstairs. It's so funny. I didn't think you were going to be doing a hangout today. I was literally about to start going live and airbrushing.
Oh, okay.
But
I just randomly do things off. I figured, what
you
the
get
hell?
Bored is what it is. You get bored.
My wife's like, "Are you going live today?" And she'd hit me with a broom, So
that's good because you couldn't do it Saturday because you were with all the other guys. So sometimes I miss you because I have a live I'm on a live podcast on Saturday night, so I can only show up a couple hours. But that's good. Now you're on today.
Nice.
This is the Eddie from Iron Maiden.
Very cool.
Iron Maiden right there. This is Eddie. And then Hex 3D just released on his Patreon group from the new Ghostbusters Afterlife teaser for Baby Puffed. And I have 5 little baby puffs printed up. Cool. I have the one where they're holding them over the grill, cooking them, printed, and I'm currently slicing the diorama with the s'mores.
Nice.
So
Very
And
nice.
I've got some other 3D printer floating around this house. I got tons of them around here, so.
I'm just
Yeah, I took like 4 or 5 boxes of prints and drug them to the other room just for storage. They had too much going on.
Yeah, I got tons of those. I have another. Oh, it's downstairs. It's down in my lab. I say I got the Tiger King Grogu done. I've got the Chucky Grogu done. I got a bunch of them done.
Cool.
So, but that's my little spotlight moment right there. Now I'm just gonna sit back and.
Here's my new monitor setup at the moment. I brought my main computer in here. One of them wouldn't fit on the desk, so I turned it upright. This one way over here on the side. And I got my Wavelink on there, my Stream Deck, and my I cut another program running. So then I put my TV back up top up there. I got my TV set.
So then you got 4 of them sitting there, right?
Well, yeah, the TV set. I'm watching my cameras and I watch TV. I had it set up as a monitor before, but because I brought my big monitor in here, I don't. It's 34-inch plus the 2 little ones. I don't need to have that 4th one.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is my main gaming computer, so I can play VR and stuff.
I have a 48-inch over here on my right, and then I got a 38 here that I'm watching us that I put on mute, so you don't get the feedback, and then the laptop.
Very cool.
I used to have 2 big 48 inches, but I don't need that.
I'm surrounded by so many computer screens and monitors that I'm probably going to catch cancer.
We need to talk. We need to talk to this lucky bastard right here that won a couple printers and some filament the other day. What's up, man?
Not much. I'm just busy.
How'd you win all them goodies, and what'd you win?
Okay, well, I was on the is their names Tom something? I can't remember their names right now, but they're one I never heard them before. They are a supplier, or not supplier, a reseller for Creality.
But it's mainly Europe.
Tomgrow.
It's not Tomgrow, it's something else.
Okay.
But I never heard them before, and I saw that they were on with they were doing a live
Tom.
So I joined their stream, and I won a CR6 Max.
Nice.
And that was cool. And then later on, about an hour or so later, Banggood went live with Creality, and they were in the same room side by side. And when Banggood moved over, I actually went to the Banggood site to watch it instead of being on the Creality one, because the Creality one's always crowded, and there's 2 chances of winning anything on the Creality side. It's slim and none, right?
Yeah.
So I went over to Banggood, and I was hanging out there, and they didn't do the normal drawing like with the Google Docs. They actually Google Forms. They actually just people who ask good questions, they wrote your name on and threw it in the box. And at the end of the stream, they pulled out names, and I won the new CR10 that they're just releasing next month.
Wow!
Nice.
And I won 2 spoons of filament as well on the same stream.
Yeah, I wish they would do the random wheel, because when it comes to questions, I'm not always the sharpest knife in the drawer, and I don't get it fast enough. And then, but anyway, it is what it is.
That's their name, yeah. Must be the luck of the Irish, because 2 printers in one day, and filament to feed the printers. So, and then on Saturday or Friday afternoon, the Tenalog printer arrived. So I did the live unboxing of that on Saturday morning, as you were there. So
Yeah, I had notification, but then it was removed from YouTube. I don't know why.
No, what happened is when I was doing the setup, something weird happened, and OBS went out and activated the stream, and I stopped it, and it wouldn't allow me to reactivate it, so I had to create a new stream.
Oh, because I couldn't find you at all.
But most people then saw it, went over, because the link should be the same. But most people saw it anyway. I went over to it, but it was fine. It was good. It was an unboxing. It takes hours anyway. And right now I'm doing some. I spent this morning calibrating it, because the XY on the for the IDEX printers, you have to calibrate the X and Y offsets. So I did that. I spent the morning doing that, down to 0.1 of a millimeter accuracy. And now I'm running my first calibrated print now that it's done, which is one of those twisty cones. It's running.
Let me and Shuey talk about Nelson's comment here. all resins are different based on the printer. Some resins, I mean, like ZYLTECH, I just dump it in and go, and it works fine with stock settings. Some settings, I have failed prints, and I've got to tweak my exposure time, tweak this, tweak that. I get on Reddit, I go on Facebook groups, I talk to the company the resin came from, because everything is, you got to make little changes, like more support density. There's, multiple things you might have to change, but Chewy.
In all honesty, it's not even just about the resins. It's about the resin with the machine. Like ZYLTECH is like one of the few resins that can work in the PO poly. Versus when you got an Elegoo Mars, a lot of resins will work right out of the bottle as long as you set them to their parameters. But sometimes it's all about the temperature that the resin is sitting at when you actually put it in. It's about the machine and how strong its LEDs it has for UV LEDs.
It needs to be above 70 degrees. Anything below that, it won't.
Some people say cold, some people say warm. Mine's
warmer is better.
So
yeah,
I keep mine at a chiller temperature. Honestly, I keep all my stuff mine's all in the basement, so I keep everything. It usually sits around Fahrenheit, of course, because I'm American. I would say it's probably around 65 degrees down there.
That's about 17 degrees centigrade.
It's more like,
because 20 degrees is, I don't think it's much more.
With ZYLTECH resin and my Anticubic Photon Mono X, I can run ZYLTECH resin at my exposure time in 3 seconds. On other resins, I've had to kick it up to 5 seconds. So it all depends on, check with the Facebook groups on the different settings. If you're having failed prints or having problems, check with the different Facebook groups, post pictures, or just, go to the search bar and type in your question and see what pops up. But yeah.
I was running on my LD002R, I was running, it's not a fast resin, so I was printing at 9 seconds per exposure. For the hand that I printed.
90.
Yeah. Who didn't see the hand? Who hasn't seen my 3D printed hand?
Sure, I want to see your hand.
Yeah.
Done a good job on it. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Nice. Can you individually raise different fingers?
Only by pulling the strings individually at the back.
Cool.
And what happens, the way it works is, tied on here, there is elastic going through to the fingers to keep them open, right? And then you have strings that actually run down in through there, but come in through the underneath and tie off underneath the fingers. And those strings, when pulled, move the individual fingers.
Oh, nice.
So when you have a tensioner here with some screws, everything else is plastic except these screws. And when the way it works is when you bend the wrist, the fingers close.
Yep, they're actually, I seen them years ago. They're printing them for amputees, and they're working good.
Yeah,
they're a little more sophisticated, but they same concept.
Yeah, it's from a group called Enable. This design from them.
Very nice. Yep.
It's a cool idea. I was doing it as a review, and I like to do mechanical parts when I'm doing stuff. So this was a practical use of resin. So.
Did you finish your rover? There you go. Now you got it all remote control, right?
No, not this one. But the wheels work, and like she steers, and the individual wheels actually move.
Nice.
So when you're building the 1-to-1 size one,
I need to put it in the garage because it's the size of a car.
I know.
And actually, the fun thing is these Matter Hacker fills are about the size of a person in comparison to the rover. So in size, it's about right to scale.
Well, Nelson, what do you consider too long to do a print? I mean, resin printers print based on height, no matter what's on the build plate. What do you consider to be too long? I mean, is this your first resin printer? You've had other resin printers?
Throw as much stuff as you can on that single plate because it doesn't matter.
Once you let trim the plate first, then you should be able to fill it. I filled it for this. The fingers filled one plate. I did the arm and the gauntlet and all that kind of separately, and all the connectors as another full plate. So
I always fill the vat a little over halfway. One time I almost filled it too much because as it went down, it's like, oh no, don't overfill.
Yeah.
And I went to the edge of it because I'd rather have too much resin, not enough. It'll keep the screen cooler. And if I'm printing a bunch of stuff, I don't have to get up in the middle of the night and add more resin. But
Yeah,
and then-
what I meant, if you do one piece, it's the same time if you did
Yeah.
10.
yes, exactly.
that's the big advantage of resins. That
Yep.
you can do a
But-
whole chess set, in one go.
Yeah, but at least on my Photon S, if I overload it, my FEP sheet will not release. So I know Jerry talks about putting, what is it,
RainX.
RainX.
Yep. From day
RainX.
one, I put RainX on it. Works awesome.
Do you have
But then
RainX?
you have to empty the vat every time. I
No,
like just,
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No.
No,
oh, really?
Just
that
make sure you
will
don't
stay on there.
scrape it. Make sure you don't have any chunks that fell off, or you'll ruin it. But you can just you don't have to clean that out every time. Let that
No,
You
okay.
can even leave that in there overnight if you want. Depends how long between prints.
On my LED Mars, which is really small, I'd run my spatula through it, make sure there's no debris. Unless I
Yep.
see something missing on the model, I'd still double check it. When I got the bigger one, automatically I was dumping it because I was having failure after failure, and I don't want to come down and rip the FEP or break the screen. But now I'm working with a lot of clear ZYLTECH right now, so I can see if there's any debris in the vat. But once I do dump it out and I have to clean it, spray it with spray away glass cleaner, wipe it out really good, then I just squirt some RainX in it, wipe it out, dump in the resin. It's good to go until I ever completely clean it out again and spray it with Windex.
Well, let the RainX dry before you dump in the resin, right?
Well, as soon as you put it in, you wipe it in. It's good to go. Just dump your
It
resin.
dries real
Put it
fast.
back on, throw the nuts on. You're ready to go. It's dry that quick.
Cool.
So,
To get some
anyway.
RainX
But yeah,
from Walmart.
RainX works. I had one guy, I forget his name or if he's in chat right now, that was pulling his hair out, having problems with things sticking and popping. And I recommended the RainX. Chewy and somebody else had told me about RainX, and I tried it. And he's like, thank you, like this, because it saved me. So,
Absolutely.
I've been doing the PTFE oil, but
used to.
it doesn't last but a couple of goes before you have to reload it.
I did that
Try
on
the RainX, but
the RainX will solve it for the bigger
way
printer.
better than PTFE oil because it actually repels liquid is what it does. The PTFE oil just lubricates. That's it. RainX repels the liquid itself. So it really, you'll actually hear no more popping whatsoever with your FEPs, and your FEPs will last a lot longer if you use RainX.
Yep. I got the original FEP on my printer when they first came out with the Mars.
Wow.
Yeah,
The
man.
Mars, I think I've only changed it one time. That's it.
I never did get a chance to check and experiment with that gigantic roll I got to see if that was FEP material.
Matt over at 3D, Matt that does a lot of videos on resin printers, 3D printing noobs. He thinks that RainX is a mistake. Don't use it. You're adding chemicals to the resin. Well, when you clean out your vat with alcohol, when you clean it out with anything and you wipe it out, whatever you sprayed on it might have still going to have a residue of that on there. The RainX isn't going to hurt nothing.
It doesn't. I
you're
haven't
not
used
pouring
RainX
coal.
since December on all my prints.
Yeah.
And
You got
it
big printers.
changed
You got
everything.
one of those big printers called you have?
The Phenoms.
Yeah, the Phenom. Those are really big. And if he says it works and has no problem, and I say it works. I
I've been
rarely,
using
go
it from
back to
day
back
one when
prints
they
with
first
it,
came
it'd
out
be
with that
fine.
Mars. I've been
I
using
rarely
it.
ever hear any kind of a suction thing. It gets rid of almost most of the suction problems.
Oh, he's
And
got
then-
an Anticubic mono.
And if you buy it and you spend $5 and it don't work, you can say, "You son of a bitch, Jerry! Now I got to go put on my windshield out in the driveway." And but anyway,
Yeah, and it serves that purpose as well.
so yeah,
You can yell at Jerry. It's worth it.
yeah. Now yell at me, I don't care.
He's used to it.
Yeah, I've heard it all from everybody. I work construction for like 25 years, and if you've ever worked construction, you know how people talk to people and how bosses talk to people. You deal with a lot at work. So I got very thick skin.
Well, it's actually funny you mentioned work. I told you guys I was a truck driver, and recently I am no longer a truck driver. I am done trucking. I'm out of the truck. So, yeah, I got promoted at my job. They made me a safety manager for the company over 163 trucks. So, got a big promotion and raise, and it was awesome. So yeah, so I'm actually working from home now. So I just literally wake up from bed, come in here to my desk, and I don't. I
Welcome
leave my
to
house
my
like
life.
one day a week. That's it. I'm hermetized now. I'm like, screw everybody else out there. I'm in my bubble.
Chewy, welcome to my life. I've been doing that for the last 10 years.
Yeah, Chewy, did you say the wind took one of your trucks over
Really?
and flipped you?
We
Yeah,
forgot
yeah,
to
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be scary, being a truck, and you're hanging on the steering wheel going, son of a bitch! Boom!
Yep. They did. It was back on May 19th, 2018. I remember that day. I actually have a video on my YouTube about it. My dash cam for when it was in the dash when it got blown over. You can actually watch it
Where at?
on YouTube.
No. What state? Texas?
Oh, Illinois.
Huh?
I-55 heading I-55 south in Illinois by Bloomington, Illinois. It was a microburst storm. It wasn't even on the radar. It swooped. It went from blue skies to, oh crap, this is a hurricane in about 10 minutes, and it was gone.
And you were hauling cases of resin, right? So then they're dented. You can take them home.
Yeah, I wish.
That's why he got into resin printing. Now we know how.
No, it was cell phones. I only had one pallet of cell phones going from Chicago to Texas, and I wasn't weighed down enough, and the wind blew my trailer into the medium, and the whole truck went right with it. And it was my truck. Like, I actually bought it off 23 miles on it. I mean, paid $166,000 for it. Yeah, I mean, it was my truck, and yeah, it blew over, wrecked it, totaled it, and that's when I decided I'm done. I'm going to go local. I'm not going to be on the road anymore.
Down at work, one of our medical rooms, we package these pills, and a sleeve is about this long, and they're worth $50 a pop. So every sleeve is $7,000. So imagine how much is in a semi-load.
I actually used to haul cancer meds. That was my thing. I did specialized trucking. It was called Life Science with Panther, and I would haul cancer meds, and they would only put 7 pallets on my trailer, and that was it, because that's all the insurance would cover. So there'd just be 7 pallets in a refrigerated trailer straight down in the line, right in the middle. And there'd be 10 trucks there doing the exact same thing, and that would be one load. Was just because we can only haul so much, and we all had to take different routes.
They track these trailers, and because there's so much money in them, they track them, and they're like top secret. They don't know which trailer's hauling them, and all kinds of things they go through. But I said to one of the operators, I says, you got a pallet full of them right there. I says, and each sleeve is worth $7,000. You know how much one of those are worth? A pallet load? It's crazy.
Yeah, I seen Joel Telling's video that came out, I think, this morning or yesterday on the Anticubic wash and cure. It's like 2 foot tall. It's very big, and it's got a huge bucket on it. So I think he said on the 15th at 7 a.m. in the morning they're going to release the first 1,000 for like $169, and then after that they're like $249. And if I can't get one to review, I'm going to go ahead and buy one, because I have multi things. I've got a ultrasonic cleaner. And then I've got a couple little UV curing stations, and then I got a Tupperware bowl that I have alcohol in that I scrub things out with manually. So I'd like to get that and review it, or just have it on my channel. Do some videos on it. So
it's about time they did a curing station that was big enough to cover their big resins, because
the lights on top tip over. So you want to cure on this new Anticubic, the top set clicks over like this, so you can cure the top of it.
Yeah, because what they had out before, like, and others are doing it too. Their washing stations are too small. Like, they're selling these small little ultrasonics that's only big enough to put jewelry, and you can't put anything else in it. And they're all too small. They should be selling larger capacity to cover the large printers, because they're not. It seems that they're coming in later than the printers, which I understand why, but they should release them together. What do you think of their new resin printers, the new line of resins that they're offering now, Jerry?
From who? From who?
Creality, the Halots.
I'm not familiar with them.
They announced them on their birthday event.
Yeah, I only watched that for about 15 or 20 minutes, and they kept bringing in people that couldn't speak English, and the guy was translating for them, and they're asking people questions, and you're the winner, and you're the winner. Yeah, I'm tired of this, and I turned it off.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, I wasn't on the Creality stream, but I saw the announcement of the Halots, because before they broke up with Tom Top, they did it together, and Tom Top talked about the products, and he was English speaking, and then they broke off onto their own stream.
I originally started using Elegoo resins, and I had no problem with them. But then Elegoo had the price low; they jacked it up $10 or $15 a bottle. I went to ZYLTECH and never looked back. I've tested a few other resins here and there from companies, but overall, my favorite I've ever tried has been ZYLTECH.
Me too. I'm the same way. Hey, if you want to make me big, I'll show you this piece my wife just brought me that I had sitting down in my lab. This is going to be an airbrush I'm going to do live. But here we go.
Terminator from Sanix.
No, this is the Commando.
Or Commando, yeah. I used to see Arnold. I have that.
Everybody says Terminator. I'm like, no, it's Commando.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. I'm getting
yeah.
I said Arnie.
I have it printed up here somewhere.
And then here's another piece that I got done. I can't believe I did this one. This is the Grogu Borat.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I haven't. My wife's still painting the bikini, and I mean, drain hole placement is very, very important. People,
that's the nasty
make sure you gotta make sure you get your drain holes in the right place.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my Borat Grogu. And it was so funny because you pull out I pulled him out of the ultrasonic cleaner, and I pulled him up like this, and this is the view I had, was this 2 thumbs up and just water pouring out the anus like this.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah. So
is there a drain hole up top too?
Yeah, I actually have the drain hole hidden inside the hair. So
okay.
Yeah, there is in the still.
Yeah, you always got to put 2, man.
Yeah, you can have 2.
I got 3 on this one. I got this one right here, this drain hole on top, this drain hole on bottom, but I wasn't quite certain about it. So I actually put a drain hole down here in the corner down there just as an extra added because this is very thin. And I didn't know if that was going to be enough oxygen for down here. So I figured I'd put another drain hole back inside here. It's like way back in there. So, but yeah, cool. That's going to be a fun one to paint right here. So
let's see how my calibrated one turns out. I just finished the 10 log. I did the XY offset calibration. So let's see how the print turned out.
Do you always do a cube or something? I always do a 20 millimeter cube to make sure everything's right on the money.
Well, this is more on the XY overlay.
Yep.
So I do need to do some work on the retractions and stuff.
Sure.
But everything is aligned perfectly smooth now on the sides. So retractions needs a bit of cleanup, maybe temperature, but overall they are actually perfectly aligned now. They were way off. It failed me bad time. But the one thing about doing IDEX and stuff, you need to use an ooze shield over your print.
Oh,
nice.
Because if you don't, as the print comes over, it'll ooze while it's waiting, and then when the second head comes in, it's stringing off the print. So the idea of the ooze shield or the ooze wall is as it comes over, it wipes off all that stringing on the ooze shield, and then draws a line to purge it out, and then goes off and does the print of the part.
Yeah, Chris Travis, here's the random ones I bought here, different colored inks. I'm going to do some different resin prints in clear. I've already got a couple done, do a video on it. And I've seen a few videos people have done online where we'll put a few drops of however many drops in your little paint tray. It's got the little cups in it. Then they'll put some alcohol in the next one. They'll dip their brush in alcohol, get most of it out, go to the ink, and they'll ink paint their models in different places. Because dumping dye in a vat will just mix it all together and you'll have a jumbled mess. But if you want really cool prints, like ZYLTECH has shown some of the people on there that have resin dyed things, they're staining them after they're cured and after they're done.
Here's another piece I've got. I haven't got the head fully fastened on. I'm going to have to hold it on. But here is the Grogu Leprechaun. And I did that, and I'm going to pull this off. And what I had done with the vat was it wasn't hollow. So I actually made it hollow. And this is going to be my bank. This is going to be my little bank for putting coins in and stuff like that for my desk.
Now we know where he's got his money stashed at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, is your wife watching?
He's gonna fill that up with his Bitcoin.
Actually, it's funny you asked about my wife working. Is because not only did I get promoted to safety manager, but my company actually hired my wife as my assistant. So,
that's really gonna work
so
out
she
good.
works. Yeah, so she actually works at home with me. Works for
Okay.
the same company as my assistant for my job because it's so hectic that I have to be. Because I got to make a whole bunch of new safety programs and bonuses and all kinds of stuff for truck drivers, and it's just so overwhelming that they hired her to be able to help me out. So on the same time as I'm being trained for my job, I had to bring my wife with me and get trained. Also, she had to quit her job right there, and they hired her, offered her more money and everything, and. All right, come on, let's go.
Nice.
So for the last 3 weeks, I've actually been working from home right here. I'm
Before I got
the
into
outside
construction,
world is scary.
before I got into construction, I delivered produce here in Vegas for 9-10 years, and then for 2 years, I drove a big flatbed pulling a big forklift around. It was a 5-speed with a split shift. I had to have a Class 1 or a Class A for that truck, but other than that, it was big delivery trucks. And the reason I quit driving and got in construction, I get tired of traffic. Vegas just kept getting bigger and bigger. And stoplight to stoplight and waiting and backed up to
Yeah.
casinos waiting to drop stuff off. And I got burnt out on that after 10 years. So I got in construction.
My brother's been doing it for a long time. He's a truck driver and he drives across all of like Ireland, UK, and across continental Europe as well.
I bet that's pretty though. I gotta say that's got to be pretty.
It's fine during when the weather's nice, but in winter the roads can be treacherous because, like, you're driving from Sweden to Norway down to Finland to, like those roads can get really nasty in winter.
Hello, Shelving. Yeah, same thing as Nebraska and Wyoming.
Yeah, it would be the same. Yeah, it'd be the
I
same.
was born in Nebraska when I moved out there when I was a little kid. Yeah, I've got a, where's it at? Where's the model I want to show me? He said he wants to do a Black Panther. Where's my Black Panther? Oh, God.
Oh, it's in
the other room.
that big collection that you got there.
Oh, he's got shells and shells of it.
Yeah, if anybody was my neighbor, come on over. I'll make you a great deal on tons of stuff. That way I can buy other things and get rid of stuff I got. So here's my Black Panther that's almost finished. You see if I can make myself bigger and you can see it.
You can always put it up on eBay and just let people bid on it.
I'm not selling Black Panther, but anyway.
That is badass, though.
And he's got different heads here.
Pretty cool.
I like that one the best.
I still need to do touch up on it, but I haven't done it. And I don't know if I ever will because I say, oh, I got to touch it up and finish it. And then I go on to something else. The story of my life, right?
Same here.
But yeah, this one looks really good. And that was all resin printed. I done one mistake though, right here on the staff. His staff lays in close to his chest, and I glued it solid, and I didn't realize that it's sticking up about 1/4 of an inch. So you can see the indentation in his chest where it has to go in tighter, and I messed it up. And that was after I'd already painted everything. I realized it was off a little bit. It's hard to see, but it's there. So
it's a nice print.
Wow. Far more patience than I have. I'm a rattle can sprayer.
Yeah.
Done.
Well, if you can paint a rattle can, you can paint. This is all done by hand. I didn't airbrush any of that. I think his body I painted black with my airbrush just to speed it up. But yeah, and then the base I chromed it, and I used a paint pen on the letters. I bought these paint pens. They look like Sharpies, but they got a hard plastic tip, and you kind of do that on the counter, and the paint runs to the tip, and they work really good. Then I bought a chrome pen that's the same way. It does chrome work perfect. I mean, it's a lot easier to use a chrome pen than to break out your airbrush and have to clean it and spray chrome. Just take the chrome pen on smaller things. It works perfect. So,
yeah, I bought the Photon S first because we play Dungeons and Dragons. As a matter of fact, every Saturday night we're doing it virtually now. But my son and 6 of his friends, they've been coming over our house now for 5 years, every other Saturday, and I'm the dungeon master. And you know, I've got lead miniatures, not pewter. I'm talking lead from the 70s. So I got the Photon S to do miniatures, print those out, and then paint them. But that's when I found it's better to try to convince my wife, like Jerry, to do certain things.
Well, you do realize you can actually get those miniatures, and then you can print those in castable resin.
Yeah.
And you can smelter and turn those into lead or into silver or whatever. You can actually just buy or use castable resin.
If what I'm getting ready to show you don't make you laugh, you have no sense of humor.
Nice.
Do the eyes move?
No.
You should make a bigger version of that and actually slice off the back of it and wear it as a mask. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
You should. You should do a larger version and actually slice the
I
back
need
of
to
it
print
off.
some Jerry Lewis teeth and just have them in and have a slit in the mouth where I can talk. I'll be showing my bright white teeth all the time.
Well, you can 3D print ceramics. You can make your own teeth.
Yeah, I don't know how the gums and all that would work, but if I could make my own teeth, I would.
You can with resin printing. They actually have dental resin, and Formlabs is the one that created the software. All you got to do is just go to a dentist that does the 3D gum scanning, get your gums scanned, and then you can just put them right into the software. And you can.
I got all those files a couple of years ago, but I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how to properly import them or do anything with them. But he gave me all the scans.
Formlabs has a class on it on YouTube.
Okay.
Cool.
Now, don't get me wrong.
That's what I've been
That's
doing.
expensive. It is really, really, really stupid expensive. But yeah.
Yeah.
Just print them out of ABS and be done with it.
Yeah. Get the
And then you
water
use your-
washable
and then you
Elegoo. It'll
use
be
your
fine,
chrome.
you know.
Then you use your chrome pen and paint them
There you
in
go.
gold, and then
Dude,
Yeah.
you can do a gold tooth.
And then, if
Have
he's
chrome-
going to
have
do
chrome
that,
teeth like
he's
Jaws.
got a gold chain around
Yeah.
his neck as well, you know.
Jaws
Like
teeth.
pendant.
like some of
You
them
just
football
smile,
players.
they'll say Elegoo right across the front.
That's funny.
Well, it's funny
Trunk
because I actually do have dentures in my mouth. I was involved in an accident years ago where my teeth got shattered and I had to get dentures put in, full plates. And I've thought about it, going and getting my denture scanned so I can just make my own. I want to make me a set of vampire teeth just to fuck people, you know?
That'd be awesome.
To just be like, hey, what's up?
Tronxy X5SA. Anybody have this printer?
No, I never even heard of that one.
I've seen a lot of reviews. Is it? Yeah, that's the big square one. Because all I can say is have fun. No, you can make any printer work real good. Just make sure it's level, and you can make any printer print like a $3,000 machine. That's that big square one, that Tronxy X5, right? Great big square one.
Oh, my wife claimed my FL Sun. She says that's her printer now. So she wanted to print something the other day. So even though I did it, she kind of stood there and watched. We sliced a couple models, and I got them going, and she kind of paid attention. She didn't do it, but she was paying attention. So that's a step in the right direction.
I understand completely. Trust me, I know all these little Grogu's that you see. Those are all from my wife. She just wants to paint them. She's like, "Oh, you got to make me that." She's a big horror fan, and I've gotten her into the Mandalorian. So now she wants all these horror Mandalorian Grogu's, and that's why I've got all these Grogu's popping up everywhere. Is because they made a whole collection with Hex 3D, made a whole collection of them, and she wants the whole collection. So that's why you're seeing so many Grogu's now. Is because of her. I have to make for her.
Yeah, and as soon as she said it's my printer, she goes, "Oh, good! Now I can get a bigger Delta, right, for me."
Tell me you want your own PO Poly XL when it comes out in October.
Yeah, if I had the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only $7,000, Jerry. Come on.
Yeah.
The Tronxy XA is a print size of 330 by 330 by 400. So
Tronxy were going to do a Kickstarter of a small resin, and they had it backed, and then they pulled the Kickstarter. You know that?
Really?
Earlier in the year. I know this because I have one over here. And it's a fine machine. I had one issue with it, and I told them about it. Oh, that's your for taking photographs.
I got a Nikon. Nikon. Trust me, I was ticked when I found out about that because I was ready to buy it. I was
Uncle
ready to
Jesse,
buy it.
What's his name? Andrew Sink and Uncle Jesse went in together and they designed this cable that works. You plug it into your DSLR Canon camera. And right now, it just works with Canon. And it's got a light photo sensor on the other end. You stick that in the back of your resin printer, and every time it lights up to do the next layer, it takes a picture. So when you're all done, it looks like Octolapse on an FDM printer where it just grows out of nothing. Or, up, down,
I've
whatever.
tried lapse it. I have tried 4 different ways to time lapse my printers to try it. That's what I want to do with my channel is just make time lapse.
There's an easy way. Here's an easy way. There's free software that you can run on the Windows machine. You put a webcam on the Windows machine, right? Like you stand in front of your printer, and you tell it how often you wanted to take an image, and then you hit go. And when the job is done, you hit stop and then hit compile, and it will turn it into his time lapse for you.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but the problem is like for some reason my settings on my PO Polyphenoms, it's 22.5 seconds that I got to set it to, and I can only set to 22 or 23. So if I can't get that 0.5 in there, it literally it looks wonky every time.
But you won't notice the 0.5 because every image will be in sync. Because
cool,
so every second image will be in sync. It won't matter.
Wait a minute. What?
You've set it to 22 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Or 23 seconds. The first one, it'll take it when it's already up because at 22.5 it will lift, right? It'll take a shot at 23. It'll drop down. The next one it will miss, but the third one it will hit. So every second image will actually match up.
Couldn't you lengthen your exposure by a half second?
Well, I mean, I was using the phone app on my. It was a lapse phone app. They do sell for my Nikon. They do have a timer where I can set. But here's the problem with my Nikon. I can't find any play. There's no actual external power. I have to use all battery, and
you can get no. Wrong. You can actually get a little adapter for a Nikon that you actually run an extra. Do you know the charging cable for the Nikon? You get a little adapter that goes in where the battery goes, and it comes out, and you plug your normal charger in there. And what it does is this feeds through the battery to power it on power. I do it all the time. I've used Nikon and Canon, and I power them off.
I'm like this close to ordering a Canon, getting that wire.
Okay, I'm just saying there are ways of doing it.
Yeah, I mean it's expensive way, but I love the way they do it with the light coming on and it triggering and because their videos are coming out looking amazing. And
I'm looking on Facebook Marketplace that can't use Canon DSLRs, and most of them are 10 megapixel Canons, and they're like $200. Yeah. But I found a guy in California pawn shop that has an 18 megapixel. He's asking $275 for. I'm considering buying it. I sent him a message wanting to know if he might come down a little bit on the price with shipping, but I may end up buying that. And it's model? A megapixel. It's a Canon. Canon.
What model number? G1.
Canon has an 18 megapixel, and they're all a certain model, and I forget what model it was.
Yeah.
But I don't want a 10 megapixel, and most of them are 20, 21 megapixel, but 18 is good. So if I can get the price right for 18 megapixel that a lot of people are selling, that'd work fine.
And my phone's a 28.
There's got to be an easy way to do it with a Logitech camera and an Arduino.
Your quality only gets so good on small images. I mean, the higher the megapixel, you can blow them as big as a house, and they're going to look great. But for small items, you can only get so high a megapixel, and if it goes up, it's not going to look any better. I don't think it's going to get any sharper.
Yeah, but 10 megapixel, you like unless you're blowing it out the size of a full-blown human, you won't see much pixelation at 10 megapixels.
Yeah, but it's an older camera, and if I use it for other things I'm filming, I'd rather get at least an 18 or something higher than a 10. But yeah.
Trust me, if you're going to be setting that setup with, just get the cheapest Canon you can get. This way you don't have to take it down. Leave it on the stand, leave it in place, and make it to where it's stationary. You're not going to want to use it for anything else.
But I don't know that 10 megapixel will be as good as 18 megapixel. I don't know if there's going to be a quality difference between the two.
At close up, I doubt it.
The big difference on cameras, the main big difference is the size of the chip. That makes the difference. So the size of your CCD chip that's in your camera is what governs the quality of the output of your camera. Megapixels is fine, but if your chip is small, you're going to be cropping the image no matter what. So if you go up with if you have a larger chip, you can actually you have less cropping. Excuse me. You have less cropping on the image, less vignetting on your image, and you actually get a nicer output. So all the newer cameras have full APAC chips on them, which are really large chips. so they can get really large views and really high definition quality. That's what makes a difference on a DSLR.
Okay.
Because I know guys who use the APS-Cs for astrophotography and stuff, and the quality of the image they get is astounding.
So you think a 10 or an 18 for what I'm going to use it for, whether it's just filming me or filming anything around here, would be fine?
10 is fine. 18 would be fine. You don't want to go unless you're doing professional photography. You don't really need much more than that. It's
Okay.
get the exact model number and look up the size of the chip and the type of chip that's on it, because that will dictate. Like a Canon T3i is not an APS-C camera. It does good, but in comparison to what the human eye sees, the image is very cropped. The APS-C will get you closer to what the human eye can see with regards to the field of view it can image.
Yeah, I'm looking for my link now where I messaged the guy. Let me see. Wherever it went.
Lots of guys use Canon for DSLRs. They modify them because on a normal camera over the CCD chip, you have a debayer layer that's put over that. There's actually
it's an EOS Rebel T6, 18 megapixels.
T6 are a nice camera. I don't think. Let me look it up. I don't think it's APS.
But make sure that has that port for.
It does. It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure
That's the number one thing because I have some real old cameras that are like 8 and 10 megapixel. My sister gave me years ago, and they're smaller than a DSLR, and they don't have the port, but if they did, I'd use them.
Just give me a moment.
I've been wanting to do time lapse so bad, and everything I've tried has just failed every single time. I'm actually thinking about extending the amount of time by how long it cures for, just to try to manipulate, to try to get that half second out of there so I can get it set right. Because if I can get lapse it to work, that would be great. Because it's just, I have my Android Note 10s. From before I went to the 20s, I had the Note 10s, and they have an amazing camera on it. Has a great processor, great memory, works fantastic. I actually have an app called Lapse It, but it was just because of that half second. It made it literally go like this the whole time, and it just looked wonky, and I didn't like it. I want that smooth, straight coming out up, just like Uncle Jesse uses with that.
Non-stick 872. The reason I want a DSLR is that him and Andrew sync. That's what this cable is currently designed for. What other cameras they can get it to work with, I don't know. They haven't got that far, but that's why I spent $22 and ordered this. I want to get a Canon DSLR that I can plug this into. It plugs in on the left side. I forget what the port is called, but it controls the shutter.
TSR.
Every time. What's it called?
TSR port.
TSR port. Okay. So anyway.
Yeah, well, the T6 is a nice camera. It does
quite a bit more than the one I'm looking at, but it's a pawn shop in California, Long Beach, and I messaged the guy. So if I don't hear back from him, I may end up buying it.
Does it come with lenses?
It comes with the one lens that it came with and a battery to charge the battery pack. I don't see any cords or anything, and of course I need to plug it into 110. So
probably comes with 30 or 40 mil by default.
Yeah. They're asking $280 for it instead of $300 with $9 shipping. So, and then I can get it refurbished on Amazon for $450 to $500, but I can't afford that right now. My finances won't allow me to afford it. But if people would buy my models, and I've got many, then I could buy what I want. But I mean, last week when I sold that Spawn for $300, I was jumping up and down. But after I had free shipping to Texas and all that fees, I made $176. It's like that's far. It's
Yeah.
So, and then I'm waiting to get feedback. He received it. My sister told me on Etsy sometimes it takes her a couple weeks before she can leave feedback. So I don't know if he got it and it was broke or not broke, or he's happy or not happy. I haven't got feedback yet, so I don't know what's happening. So,
whatever happened with your Spawn one?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I shipped it. I packed it up really. I wrote the word glass and the Sharpie on every side. The mailman picked it up from the house, an older guy. He set it on his seat. It was mail truck. Scanned it in, picked it up, chucked it over his seat. And my mouth just dropped. What are you doing? Well, what do you mean? I said, I wrote glass on every side. Oh, you did? Well, did you have insurance? Did you pack it well? Can I punch you in the fucking mouth? But I went in, I gave him a bottle of cold water to make him happy. I said, please take care of my box. I would appreciate it. You know, I don't want to have to be out insurance. The guy contacts me, oh, it was broke or this was wrong and that's wrong, and trying to claim insurance and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You nonstick. You said about you said about the astrophotography with a cell phone. They're okay. They're actually enhancing it, is what they're doing on a cell phone. The CCD chip on a cell phone are not as sensitive as they would be in a proper DSLR camera because the lens is so small. The amount of light it can gather is really minuscule.
Yep, they're so good as they are is because they're cheating with software.
Correct. They are actually what's called stretching. When you put it into astrophotography mode, they actually take the image and the light is picked up by some of the pixels, and there's a process called stretching and we do it in astrophotography, but we don't do it with one image. We do it with 50 because we gather so many pixels and then we stretch them out a little bit to try and enhance the light. But they're really stretching the image to try and draw it out, and then they're adding a filter over it to try and make the sky look darker and then make the stars stand out is what they're doing, and it's all done by software. So,
do you think if I bought red stickers that said fragile on it or glass and stuck those on it, would that be better than writing on it with a Sharpie? And would it even matter?
It wouldn't make one bit.
They don't care. Yep.
Somebody might intentionally go, hey, look at that box. No one's around. They haul off and kick it.
No. Well, the way
there's only one way. There's only one way it matters. And that's if you crawl in the back of his truck and you ride all the way down there.
Yeah. It's like Creality printers. That's why all these printers are packed so well. You can almost do anything to them and not damage them.
Yeah.
And that's why they hot glue the circuit board. So all the thing plugs aren't unplugged. You plug it in, it don't work, or something shorts out. If they hot glue it, they don't have to worry about it. They know it's
what
fine.
You can do, Jerry, for your prints, for your prints to ship them, you can buy the expanding foam in bags, and you actually put it into the pack and you break it, and the chemicals mix and it actually foams up, and that would actually hold the part in place so it wouldn't move around at all. That is better than just bubble wrap.
The fragile resin print would probably bust it because it'd foam up and it would just snap everything.
Yeah. Well, no, you can govern that, right? Depending on the size of the bag you put in there, but like put bubble wrap and then put the packs around it.
And if I made a mistake,
moving.
Yeah,
I just want a. It was so funny while you were talking about that because I've been looking at these cameras, those Canon cameras for that whole setup, and I had one on a watch list that was ending right when you were talking about that. And I went over to eBay. I was like, I better check on that. Had like 20 seconds left. I just got it.
Nice.
Last second, I put that last second bid in, caught it.
I've been on eBay and I've actually been shaking because you get right down to like the last 10 seconds, 8 seconds, and then you throw another bid and you're worried. It really gets to you.
Well, what happens is somebody else, people have software that monitors that when they want to get a good bid, and they can hit the go button be faster than you can because it's done by software.
Yep.
Yeah. So you got lucky because somebody who really wanted that with the software to bid wasn't on that printer. You got or that camera. You were lucky.
What I did with the Spawn box, it was a large box. I had airbags in the bottom. I put white popcorn peanuts in there. I took each part of the print. I wrapped it up in some like white foam paper. Then I put green bubble wrap over that. And in between the legs or something, I stuck a whole bunch of white like insulation foam and packed it really good, set it in there, packed everything in, dumped in more peanuts, shuck it, got them to settle, put in more peanuts, and then very carefully closed it tight. So nothing was right up against the side, but it's close. And hopefully, with all the peanuts, it should be fine.
As long as the sides are not broken, it should survive.
Yeah, as long as it's not dented. And how often do we get stuff in the mail that's got a big dent? All the time.
I got one on Saturday. That was no dents at all, which is unusual.
Yeah. So.
Guys,
I don't like dents in I don't like any dents in my boxes or my women. So anyway. So.
You had to bring it there, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to say something. Yeah, my wife is skinny though; she's not heavy set, so she don't have a dent problem. Her bumpers are still straight.
You're going to help for this, man. You're going to help for that.
You're going to get it now.
See, this is Jerry out with his big shovel digging a bigger hole for himself.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I got me a new camera coming on my way. I got to order that wire.
Yeah, Uncle Jesse, him and Andrew Sink, they said the other day on Twitter that Etsy shut down their store. He said they got too many orders and Etsy didn't know what was going on, if they're selling crack or what, but he shut them down. So I guess they're working with Etsy to get it going because he had an order of like 80 of them in his hand. He's throwing in a mailbox. Awesome. Wow. Thank you very much. Here we go. Awesome. Thank you very much, Rising Phoenix. I appreciate that.
Oh, it's worth it for the tip on the RainX. And while you guys are talking, I've already gone into Tinkercad, and Liam's right. It's a very hexagonal circle there. So
there's a way to. I told you how to fix that, right?
Yep. I got to copy and just rotate, copy, rotate.
Well, what you do is, if you know the amount of, if it's 64 into 360, right? That'll tell you how many surfaces are there, and then that are many angles each one. And then when you rotate it half that, merge them. Then you get the number again, and then rotate it half again and merge them, and repeat that multiple times.
Duplicate, and it'll keep zipping right around.
It won't. No, if you duplicate it, won't zip around, will it?
Sure. If you do what you said, you have to start it first. Once you do it and you rotate a little bit, and then just keep hitting duplicate, and it's going to do identical what you did the first time all the way around.
Oh, I didn't know it rotates it for you. I haven't tried that. I just did one.
Any movement in Tinkercad, you can do a movement and then just keep hitting a duplicate, and it'll zip all the way around. Just keep going.
Oh. Well, I did a YouTube video on how to do it. So, because I was doing it I wanted to get a smooth surface. Now they are big files though. They do come out at large files, but that's what you want, right?
Yeah.
That's why when I do something like that, then I use my 123D design, because it's something like that.
I just do it. If I was just doing a circle like that, I just go in and do it in CAD. It's easy to draw a circle, set thickness, extract, and then extrude, and then export. But
so if I show my wife how to use that, and take pictures, I think for 50%, she should be taking the photos too. Or should I still take I guess I could take the photos. She can pick up.
I've been married for 25 years. I'm not going to pick that fight.
I don't know.
That's a smart man there.
She wants me to get rid of stuff. Obviously, I want to get rid of stuff to pay for my hobby because I've ran up credit cards multiple times, buying filament and buying this and buying this. You guys know how it is.
Yeah.
And I'm on a fixed income with so much coming in every month. In order to keep my hobby going, I need to sell all the stuff that I don't need. So
Facebook.
A lot of Etsy.
Facebook.
Facebook. Like those big statues I have of Thundercats. They're too big for Etsy, and I put them on Facebook Marketplace, and I threw them up on Facebook and Twitter. I want like $400 for them. I think there's 4 or 5. One of the base is this big around. I mean, it's a huge base for Lionel, and the Lionel himself is huge. I've got probably $150 to $200 in filament in all of them, plus print time. So I think $400 is pretty reasonable for all of them. You need to post them, you need to paint them. What's that?
eBay. Put them up on eBay and just let them bid. Get what you can out of them.
Well, that's just it. I'd have to ship them. They're huge.
Yeah, but you just make sure that you make them pay for shipping. You don't offer free shipping. You make them pay for shipping. That's how eBay does it. And here's the beauty of eBay, what you're selling on eBay, right? Is that eBay has an international program that if you want to sell internationally, you ship it to somewhere in the United States. They put it on the ship and they get it there. And you just play a flat rate. So now you're not just selling to people around Vegas. You're selling to people around the world. And let me tell you what, people around the world buy a lot of stuff from people in America through eBay. They do. They sell. My buddy.
They're not happy with it, and then they put in a claim with eBay. eBay gives them back their money, and I get screwed. I've been through that years ago with something else.
It's going to be tough. Yep, tough situation.
Yeah, it's part of business. It sucks. That, or you can always just go the flea market route.
Go to maker fairs
with $20.
No, go to maker fairs, but you may not make their money. People don't often bring big money there, but maker fairs, you might get people to buy them off you at maker fairs.
Well, most of the stuff is ready to paint. Some of it you need to do a little post-processing here and there. There might be some layer lines or some damage up underneath the chin, so you need to do a little putty work. But a lot of people, they don't print, but they finish models. They buy finished models. These are unique in the 3D printing community, and they can finish them and paint them and make them painted how they like them. And if I paint them, they may not like the way I painted it, and they could paint better. So
That's why I don't want to still paint this stuff. I actually had an airbrusher that I was supposed to be working with, and I decided to let him go because he flaked on me for the last time. So I had to let him go. In fact, it was Easter. It was actually Easter Sunday. I said, hey, I got to go. I'm going to go shoot. Yeah, he completely flaked on me for the last time. This is like the 6th time he's flaked on me. So
you mean someone to do your editing and stuff for you?
No, I do all that myself. It's the airbrushing for my. I'm not a very good painter. I'm not a very good airbrush artist. I'm just learning, and I don't have that artist eye that a lot of artists have, and I struggle very much for painting my own stuff. And I was offering painted stuff on my website, and I'm going to have to take it all down now because I don't think I'm good enough to paint.
Get a college student nearby.
I have posted ads. I have posted everything. I am not finding anybody. I don't want somewhere where I'm going to have to ship it and then have to have it shipped again because then it's going to kill me in shipping.
No, doesn't mean you need to find a local college or somewhere, and that's because College of the Arts.
I have been trying
to notice inside the college.
Call the college and ask to talk to one of the professors in the art department.
Yeah,
because come on, I live right by Ohio State University.
Then it's perfect.
Yeah,
call the college and try and get through to somebody in the art department.
Does your truck wrapped and say, hi, I'm Chewy? You got a microphone in your hand or something? You drive around?
No, that's the other business, Okay.
All right.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Hey, you guys can hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what? Huh?
All right. All right. Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank
we can hear you.
Yeah, I want to show you guys some stuff, what I've been doing.
By the way, tomorrow I get my color printer, so I'm going to start doing the color lithophanes.
Cool. Look forward to seeing them.
It's a bit bright. Guinness. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
That's better. Yeah.
There you go. Now it's not blowing out. It's tough to see that lithos.
Yeah.
If you turn them down, then they work good.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of light. I only run a 3 watts in mine.
How long does it take you to print one of those with the top and everything? They all print in one piece, right?
Yeah. A day roundabout.
A day?
Yeah.
You could probably put those on Etsy for, I'll say, $30-$40 a piece.
I hope so.
What do you think, Chewy?
I'd say I wouldn't go more than 20.
Yeah, I would say $20 a piece.
Yeah.
Unless they were painted.
$20 and they pay shipping is how much.
Yeah, you don't paint lithophanes. So
if you have free shipping and there went $15.
Yeah. That's the whole reason I got into lithophanes. That's why my business is called LithyPick, is because it was going to be strictly lithophanes. I don't have to paint them, and that was the reason I got into lithophanes. And I sold a lot over the Christmas season. I'm not going to lie. I went to a flea market. I had some examples up. I got a lot of people who bought. I got it set up on my website where you can actually give me your pictures right in the order, where you can upload them right there on the website. And I did really well. I did really well for being in that flea market. And during COVID, I was really surprised at how well I did. But I'm wanting to go more bridal with color, because that's where it's going to be at. I'm going to make I'm designed up a wedding cake topper that's going to be done in color lithophanes.
That'd be nice.
And then I'm also making pet urns where you could give me a picture of your pet, and I'll be able to actually put the picture of the pet in the color lithophane and put it into the urn itself, and actually sell pet urns too. That's the next step after the bridal part. But because right now, bridal is getting really big. It's getting to that season. We've been kind of holding off for the whole COVID stuff to kind of wind down. We're getting there. We're almost at the point where we're about to be out of the masks, is what they say. I hope soon. So,
Chris Travis, is he looking for you on Facebook? If so, I can post a link or somewhere else.
Yeah, sorry guys, my colors are not coming out too well tonight. I think I have some camera problem because normally my camera is not that better quality.
Yeah,
that's better.
It's hard to get any litho to show up decent. It doesn't do justice. I get $18 for my lithos, but I have no shipping or nothing. It's all local. For my night lights, my litho night lights, I get 18.
Okay.
Yeah, he says the camera's in perfect condition and the price is firm. He just got back with me, but he's a pawn shop, so usually what they say goes. They don't negotiate. unless you're in person. It's hard to negotiate.
Well, go down there and talk to Chum Lee. He'll give you a good deal.
Yeah.
Somebody,
Yeah, I think he got fired.
he did get fired. He went to jail.
Well, yeah, but half of them's been to jail anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's Vegas. Come on. You don't live in Vegas. You can't be a resident of Vegas if you haven't been in the jail at least once.
Jerry, something you haven't told us?
Jerry's like, shut up, man, dude, shut up.
Oh, yeah. I've been in Vegas one time. When I worked construction years ago, there was this kid on the job site. He was into computers at the time, and so was I. Let me make myself, there we go. He was in computers, and I was, and he was a smart ass, and everybody always picked on this kid all the time, and I always stood up for him all the time, and I stopped people from beating him up at work. Well, we ended up being roommates, and he had a couple cats, and I went skydiving. I broke my foot, and I was on crutches. I put myself out of work when I first got in construction. And he came home one day with his boss, and I'd made a comment about him leaving dishes in the sink, and he hadn't been cleaning up after himself, and I was basically being his bitch at home, cleaning up after him. And I made a comment. He looks at me and goes, fuck you, motherfucker, in front of his boss. I just lost it. I walked over to him and hauled off and slugged him in the face one time really hard. I ripped the side of his nose, and his nose was dangling. He started freaking out and screaming. His boss just kind of cringed. And I just said, you know what? I better leave before I do this again. So I left. I went to a neighbor's house, like in the other side of the development. Later, I seen Metro pull into the complex. I figured, well, they must be going to my house. It's late at night. So I went over, explained what happened. No big deal. To sum it all up, I got arrested and I was in jail for, 6 or 7 hours. And I had to go to temper control classes. And after I completed their stupid classes, the lady, I had to talk to her every so often on the phone. She said, well, did you learn anything, Mr. Knapp, from all this? If you were put in the exact same circumstances, what would you do? I said, hit the motherfucker in the mouth again because he deserved it. She goes, okay, you don't need to see me no more. We're done. And
I was like, if I had to do it all over again, I'd have hit him several more times just to make it worth it for all the crap I had to go through.
You know, I stuck up for this kid so much at work, and he was young. I don't know, he was a little bit younger than me, but yeah, I just, my fuse got lit and I reacted on it, and that's what happened. But so anyway, yeah, I've been there once. So.
Well, guys, I got a bail. Wife is telling me it's time for dinner. So thanks so much, and thanks for the tips. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Oh, did you already join Sam's group? He has a new group going now.
What was that?
Sam started a new group for the droids.
In where?
On Facebook.
What? Did he post in? I'm in Badley's group on the droid.
Okay.
Did he put something in there, or
he started it this morning? I posted on my Facebook group, my Facebook page, and on Twitter. If you follow me on 3D printing and painting, or anywhere else, I put a link in there.
Okay.
What was the name of it? I don't know the name of it right offhand. But
all right, I'll look for it.
Okay.
Now that I know it's there. Cool. Thanks.
Take care.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Yeah, he's saying the camera. It's $280, shipping $9, estimated tax $24.20 for the government. Total $313, and that's 18 megapixel.
That's not bad for a T6. That's not a bad price.
And it says delivery information, Brandy Knapp. Why is her name in here? That's strange. Why would it say Brandy Knapp? Has she been hacking my Facebook? No, which I know she hasn't.
Yeah, you could pay a lot of money for a cheap Canon, just the body. I mean, you could pay $800, and that's for a cheap one.
Like I just bought an EOS Rebel XTI DSL. I just bought that for $177. But now I can't get the cord because the Etsy's down. It's like, son of a gun.
Give them a few days, they'll get it back up. So what's anyone else working on? Dixon, what are you up to?
It's not 3D. Well, I just finished a decent sized job. I went through 40 rolls of filament, and then after that, I built my retro bike, and I put 40 miles on it today.
Oh, cool.
My retro motorcycle.
Oh, nice.
It's 80 cc. It's a lot of fun. I sold all my big bikes that I had years ago, and my last one, and I built that one now, just for cruising around town all over. But 3D printing, not doing a lot.
When I retired here in Vegas, and when I turned 50, when I retired, I wanted to buy another Harley here in Vegas, but You watch the news, and you're like, nope, I'm not going to buy another bike. Too many people running red lights, running stop signs on their phone.
Yeah.
Every week, there's a couple people on bikes getting killed, and I'm not going to ride again. I want to, but I
they're
can't.
dangerous. You got to be playing defense all the time. I had bikes all my life, and you got to play defense.
Yeah.
There was a kid here. I live in Wisconsin in Fox River Valley by Appleton here in Green Bay, and there was a kid. I know exactly what happened on CE here, one of our main highways right next to 41. He never rode a bike in his life, so he buys a moped, and he knew nothing about him, and he got his head chopped off because a dump truck stopped, and he didn't. You know, there people are buying bikes that never had them in their life. I had dirt bikes all my life on the farm, and
I saw that happen in a car. I saw a guy in a car that he didn't stop. He wasn't watching what he was looking at. He wasn't watching.
yep,
And he didn't brake on time, and he went under the truck.
yep,
Took the head off.
yep. This
Because
kid
of that
didn't have
speed, the roof of the car came away, and so did his head.
didn't have a clue what hit him because he just didn't know. He never had a bike, never nothing, and he's going full bore, looking around, and that was the end of that. No experience with bikes.
It's good that they make it mostly mandatory here that people get for bikes you have to do training and stuff. You know?
Yeah, this was a moped, and
But they should make it mandatory for a moped as well.
Yeah, they should, but not here.
Yeah, there's too many idiots on the road.
Oh yeah,
And people do not use the hands-free sets on their phones or on their cars. They have the phone in their hand, and
that's one thing that irritates the crap out of me because I see that to this day. I'm thinking, I mean, they're just texting steady and they're riding on 41, 65 miles an hour.
But
And
you don't need to. You can talk to your phone and tell them in the text.
Yeah, they don't care, boy.
Like,
Right here in Kimberly, an old guy, you think he's going to be safe. He was walking at 4 a.m. on the sidewalk. They had the red, this was 2 years ago, they had all these yellow flags and all banned. Here, a girl, I found out he got killed. A girl was texting, drove over the lawn, way onto the sidewalk and hit him. You know, and he probably thought, I'm going to go for a walk at 4 a.m. I'll be safe. And here she was texting and drove. It's crazy.
I know
it's out of control.
I know it's an accident, but if you're doing something like that,
that's not an accident, though. That's the thing. It's not an accident.
Well,
somebody texted and they ain't even looking where they're driving.
Dangerous driving, and charge of manslaughter at least should be brought up for it.
Yeah. They have no idea. They look around like, what'd they do? They just don't get it.
Yeah, I agree.
I see the guy texting on the roundabout.
Everybody seen this before? I think all you guys here have seen this before.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's a beautiful print as well.
I don't know if everybody's seen it there.
Absolutely.
When I got it done, my son's like, well, how much you want for it, Dad? I said, well, I think I'm going to keep it for a while. That's one of my better paint jobs.
I love that one. Isn't that a Sanix?
No, this is from Dennis Moore, 3dfigureprints.com, Dennis Moore. He has a Patreon. This is up on there. This was a test print I done for him. I used to test printing for him all the time, me and Kevin Sharp in England, but it became a job. I was test printing so much, trying to bang them out, get them painted, to show them off so we could sell them. It kind of got to be a chore. So anyway, yeah, it came out great.
Yeah, looks good.
Fantastic.
I based my colors off what he did in the render.
I can't draw a straight line. I can't paint. I can paint the wall for you, no problem. But that's where if it's not put on by a big brush and a roller, I'm done. Right? I just can't paint. Like I got away with airbrushing this because it's white. I can't go wrong, right? It's one color. I see so many people out there who can do airbrushing, and I mean they can do really decorative, all with the airbrush. I can't go anywhere close to that. I'd love to have that skill. My sister she's a good artist, but me, no, I did not inherit that gene at all.
I feel you. I'm the same way. I try and I struggle and I try and I struggle and I try and as much as I want to tell myself I can do it, I don't think I can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it. I watched years ago what I've been doing. I had a sign and detail business for a long time, but I watched a couple guys on YouTube for about 3 weeks, and now I do all these buildings and learn how to do the dry brushing and mixing colors you gotta take time to do it. That's the thing, and the more you do it, the better you get.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm doing just buildings and all that, making the bricks look real and stuff like that. But
No, I don't have the time. I don't have the inclination to spend painting stuff. I'll print anything for you, no problem, and I'll make it work. But forget about me turning around and.
Well, Dominic, you can paint pictures with a lot of clouds in it. If you shake too much, you do some pretty darn nice clouds. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
buildings and bricks are easier to start out to learn.
Really?
But I
guys.
watched a bunch of courses years ago on
nice.
YouTube, and it's
Matt?
Yeah, I wanted to say goodbye. I see you guys next time.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
really tired now. It's
Well, what time is it over there?
1:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
oh my goodness.
You're going to be back at what time? 6?
No, actually, in a few hours. I want to
wow.
make phone calls.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you always wake up every couple hours and stuff.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate it. You're always welcome.
Yeah, thank you. And I try to get my headset. I'm saving up some money for a new headset. So if anybody's out there listening and wants to help me out, buy a new headset, go to my buy me a coffee website and buy me a few coffees or how many coffees you want to buy me. And
Post a link in private chat and I'll put it on the screen. Put it before you go.
All right.
Post your link. And if I made you a mod, just throw it in the chat. I think you're a mod here, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, just throw it in.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on.
All right, have a good one, Matt.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
So, well, anyone have any suggestions of a good dual color print to run? A
Dual
good
color
file for the IDEX?
I don't know. Go to thangs.com and see what they got on Thangs. If not,
I'll look
Thingy
around,
or Yegi or
Yeah.
Yegi's the main search engine. I'm not sure if Thangs is listed through Yegi, but they should be.
Just do a Batman logo, one black and yellow.
Oh, they're too easy though. That's just one layer on top of the other. Like this one is a bit of a challenge because they're entwined, and I have a few others that have stars. And I need to do some temperature testing first, because that came out okay.
Hey Dan, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, there goes the neighborhood. Dan is here.
Yeah, I changed my layout, Dan. I brought my main computer in here. I shoved this back against the wall. This desk was way back here, and my monitors were sitting about right here. I've moved everything across the room, and I've opened the room up quite a bit. But if anybody would like to drop in and hang out in chat, here's the link right here. If you'd like to come in and hang out, you're very welcome to.
Except Dan. Dan's not welcome.
Dan, yeah, everybody's always welcome.
Well, we have to give Dan a hard time. It's no fun otherwise.
If somebody talks too much, I'll just do something like this, and they sit there and they go, la, 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 and you can't hear them. Let's see if he talks. No, he's being quiet.
Yep.
I'm sitting here slicing while talking to you guys.
Oh, Chewy, what do you Google when you find all your clips from movies to throw in videos? Do you Google movie clips or funny clips or laughing clips? What is it you're Googling?
I don't Google anything. All that stuff is just from memory of like, I'm sitting here thinking, all right, what am I going to put here? And then I'll just think of something and then I'll
where do you find the source?
YouTube.
Oh, you go to YouTube, you find it, and you download it and you cut it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's it. I just think of like different scenes from movies or whatever that made me laugh or chuckle or what's going with the theme. And then I just go on YouTube, pull the clip, and then on my editing software, I just go in, I cut it out and stick it in there real fast.
Okay, so I got a YouTube downloader, so you download whatever that video was or that clip, and then you just cut it.
Oh yeah, I download the videos, and then also that's how I get my music and stuff like that too. Is just using, because all you gotta do is type in no copyright music
Yes,
for
I've done. Yeah.
streamers, and there's all your music right
Yeah.
there, and then you can just pull it down and just take your pieces where you want it, and that's how I do it. It's just
Yeah, I've been using YouTube Music lately with all their free stuff. I've been going through their files, picking out this and that, and random clip.
I have a very big hatred for. Oh, did I not hollow that? Oops. I have a hatred for commercials. I can't stand commercials. My whole life is commercial free.
How many subscribers?
Great links.
Well,
the same way.
When you get over 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, you're going to love commercials, because when you start getting a check in the mail every month, you're going, wow, that video made that much. And you're going to love commercials.
I have YouTube Red because I don't want to watch commercials on YouTube. Well, I don't have YouTube Red. I have you Music, and you get YouTube Red with it if you pay for it. So I pay $15 a month. I get 5 people where they don't have to watch music, or they don't have to listen to commercials or anything like that on YouTube or Music. I just have the family plan. I pay like $15 a month for it, and I give it to like my wife and my daughter.
Here's Matt German's link right here. If you want to buy him a copy, help him out, get a headset. Anybody?
I'd just rather just send them a PayPal.
There you go, Liam. Look at that.
route.
The Darth Maul bus. I thought, yeah, that's something I have to look up.
You want to write that word down?
Yeah, the problem is the mosaic is super expensive. Like, for the cost of a mosaic, you can buy a printer.
I like that. What's that? Palette 3 or the Palette Pro?
The new one, the 8 color.
Yeah, the 8 color Palette Pro. I saw.
Exactly. Did you see the price of it?
Use? I know, it's insane. It's like the price of a printer, but
the price of multiple printers.
Okay, I have a
Hello, Australia, 3D Printing Cave. How you doing? And hello, Guy the Jedi.
Anybody have them devices? And my question is, because I studied this stuff with printers and dual heads years ago, if anybody has one of those, is there still a waste block or anything like that?
Yes.
Well,
That's why I never got into none of that, because I can't stand. I'm not going to waste filament.
Joe Telling did that awesome toaster, but then his waste block was larger than his toaster. And he goes, well, guys, it's heavy, but I don't have a scale. I'm thinking, oh my God, that's too much filament.
Well, I can do them colored prints in 3 seconds with an airbrush, and my airbrush is called a spray can. I can do them colors, and I don't need to do all this finagling with print heads and all of this dual color. And I mean, they're nice to mess around with if you have one, but that's why I never got into that years ago.
With an IDEX, there is no waste block.
What was that part that you showed me that you had to have?
Well, you don't always. It's because I haven't fine-tuned my retraction and settings yet. Right?
Okay.
And
I could understand if it's wiping off a little bit, but I will not own a printer in 1,000 years that cost me filament with a waste block.
The 10 log printer does not have a purge and wipe area, right? Where the nozzle passes over, clean the nozzle, and so it oozes. It doesn't clean before it goes out to print. It doesn't have one, so you use one of these around the part that actually, so it cleans the nozzle, right? But on other printers where you do have an area to wipe the nozzle, so it'll either ooze, or maybe you'll purge a bit, maybe 5 or 10 mils, and then you move. What happens is it cleans the nozzle, and then you move fast out to the part. There's no time to ooze, and then it starts printing. So in those cases, when you have that set up, you do not need to have a purge anything or the ooze shield. You don't need them. You can actually you can purge a little bit at the home position on each side, clean itself as part of the moving out to start printing. So that's how you can do it. You don't have to have all those big purge towers and stuff. Purge towers are great if you have 2 extruders, or if you have 2 filaments coming into one hot end, right? Or a mixing hot end or a non-mixing hot end. That way, because you have to purge in those. But a lot of times, if you can drop, and you can set this in your slicer settings, if you drop the temperature of the hot end that's not being used, and you lower its temperature, now it does extend your printing time. But if you drop the temperature, while it's waiting, it won't ooze as much. Then the other one heats up, comes out, prints, and when it's almost ready, this one starts to heat. So when this is finished, the other one is ready to come, and it cleans itself off and moves out. So you can do that if you tune your printer correctly, and I have 2 others that do that.
So
and I
you
will
have
mod
no
the one
extruders.
I have, the new one I got on Saturday, the unboxing of. I'll mod that and add a nozzle cleaning station on each side. So I'm sure there's mods already out there. I haven't even looked yet. But so we'll actually clean the nozzle before it starts printing.
Anybody out there watching, if you want to join the Facebook group that Sam Prentice started this morning, it said I'd rather be 3D printing is the name of the group. It's regarding all the droids that we show on our live streams every week. That's what the group is all about. Specifically, here's a link right here in chat, the link to that group. So if you have to be approved to join, obviously, but if you're following us along or you're building the droids with us and you want to be part of that group, the link is right here in chat.
And the other nice thing about the IDEX is dual part duplication mode or mirror mode. So you put one part on it, but in the same time it takes to print one part, you end up printing 2.
Is the mirror mode backwards from the first one? It's opposite?
It's a mirror copy. So it's like if you have a right hand and you print that and you put mirror mode on the other half of the bed, it'll print this version.
The left hand, okay.
Yeah. And that works really good. When I was doing the wheels for this, for the rover, I used the IDEX for that because I could print the wheels. I could print it twice as fast because I could do twice the amount of content at the same time. Okay. But you do end up losing some of your bed.
Yeah, out of the palette of the IDEX, I'd want to have the IDEX. The palette, I've heard of too many issues and problems or just things over time. They're too damn much money on top of that. And I can paint, sort of, kind of, so I can always paint things. But yeah, the IDEX is more intriguing, more interesting.
10log do mostly IDEX printers, I believe. They have a 500 by 500 by 600 IDEX. That's a huge print area.
I looked at that. The reviews on that was a different name, oddball name. It wasn't real common, and I looked at the reviews, and the reviews on their machines were really good.
Yeah, they are nice. There's a few things in the one that I have. There's a few things I would probably suggest changes of, and I will give them that feedback. But as it stands, it's a good printer and it prints well. There's some nuances to every printer, obviously, but like without doing any temp towers or any retraction testings, I got decent print, right? That's a nice print.
Sure.
It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but
hey, Lightspeed, how you doing? Yeah, I've never really heard of a IDEX that large. That sounds awfully big.
It is very, very big. Yeah.
By
So it's the same print volume as the Creality CR10S5, which is the biggest one that they offer today. But it's actually with an IDEX, and now that's the ideal location for an IDEX.
Well, if it comes to money, I would print a cone. If I had to print a cone like that for somebody and make 50 of them, I would print that cone and I would take a piece of pinstripe and put it on there and paint that in 30 seconds, pull the tape off. You know what I'm saying?
I know, yeah.
Liam, what's the name of it? Liam, what's it called?
It's 10log, TENLOG.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked at their reviews when they first came out with one of those a while back, and I thought I would buy one just for something to play with because if I buy a printer, it has to pay for itself in a month. So, but it would be neat to play around with.
Yeah, they are. Well, as I said, they have some of the biggest IDEX. Now, Soval are about to come out with the SVO4, which is also an IDEX. Creality are planning an IDEX later this year. There's another company on Facebook. Let me find their names. It's Jade something. It's called.
Hey, Lightspeed, did you sell your Delta that you were looking to possibly sell Zoan for? I think $1,000. I think you're asking, and I guess you said you had like 3,300 tied up in it. Did you ever sell that? And if not, maybe you might want to drop in and tell everybody about it. There might be somebody watching who might be interested in it. I'm not confirming your price or not, but I was thinking of something like that. Then I know that he just done the quarter mile in his car. He had to go out and buy a helmet and a suit. So, fire suit and all that. And he's got a pretty fast car. I don't remember. What does it do, like 8s or 9s or something in a quarter mile? because what's her name, and I can't think of her name right now, which has been following SpaceX real closely, was what's her name?
Jessica Kirsch.
Huh?
Jessica,
yeah. I guess Jessica was out there. I seen him on Twitter. So I think it was down in Phoenix.
yeah. But the other company that's doing this that's about to release an IDEX starting next week, I think. They're doing a Kickstarter. I think it is. It's Jade Lab. They are actually, and they have an IDEX, but theirs is in comparison to the ones that I have, they're expensive and they're small.
1170, that's quick.
Oh, I remember now a while back when they first came out with the review, I almost bought one because it could do duplicate parts. That's why.
Yeah.
So I could do two pieces at the same time.
I love that feature.
Right. That's why I was going to look at one of them and just buy one to mess with.
This other company, Jade Labo, actually are adding a feature, and I haven't figured out how they're doing it. And I have talked with their engineer, and he said, let me get it finished testing first, and then I'll let you know how he did it. He's doing a backup mode. Now, you normally have single extruder, dual color, mirror mode, and then duplicate mode.
Yes.
Backup mode allows you print with extruder 1, and if you get a jam or run out of filament in extruder 1, extruder 2 takes over. Now, that was the ideal. If I can get that going on my other IDEX printers, I can print something that takes 2 kilos of filament, like 2 full spools in one go.
You'd have to have a sensor on there or something to show that
filament runout sensor is all you need to trigger
clogged up. Yeah.
Well, no, they have in their printer, they have a filament runout sensor, but their filament runout sensor also has a wheel in there that they can actually monitor, and it tells them if it's moving or not.
That's what I mean by sensor. And they're going to have a sensor on that wheel, and they can tell exactly how fast it should be running.
Dum wants to know, what do you sell, Mr. Hoffman?
I make a lot of production parts for manufacturing, for machines and all that. I'll look at a company, a machine, and they'll say, if you look at all these machines that work, whatever, printing presses, whatever, there's thousands of parts that are made out of plastic. So I look at some designs. I designed something up like slitter blades. They had a cassette slitter blades that cuts 4 lanes of Oscar Mayer labels on a press.
We have another man popping in.
And that costs $30,000. Well, I came up with a slitter blade that I designed, and it's all made out of plastic, and you with magnets, and you put razor blades on there, and I sold all them parts, and that whole unit you know it would only cost them like $5,000 instead of $30,000.
Hey, Lightspeed, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. I only got a few seconds because I got to pick my girlfriend up, but hold on.
Oh, wrong one. Yeah, turn your phone sideways.
I don't know.
Turn sideways. There you go.
I don't know how to turn my
can you show us your Delta that you're selling and tell us a little bit about it? Somebody might be interested that's watching.
So it's a See-Me CNC Artemis. It's printing right now. It's got all aluminum. This is all aluminum effector with mosquito hot end, BMG Bondtech extruders on both sides. Yeah. Tons of stuff for it, actually. I mean, you can see it's printing awesome.
Dual hot ends.
Yeah. Well, it's a single hot end. It's a 2-in-1, but I don't really have it. I don't have it set up because it doesn't work the greatest. But this is my main printer I use here.
How tall is that? I used to have a TiVo little monster.
It's about the same.
How tall? Which one is that? Because I remember seeing them.
It's a 310 by 500.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, you kind of see from the spool for scale, it's pretty tall.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my main printer I use now is Creality, but
nice.
Yeah, I love this printer. I used to hate it, but I love it now. But
did you say on your Delta he's having trouble with a Capricorn tube or something popping out on it? That needs a different type of fitting or something?
If you try to print too fast, it's been better since I put the Mosquito Magnum in it, but if you can only print so fast because it has an 800 millimeter bode tube. So, once you get past like 80 millimeters a second, it'll start to push the bode tube out of it. And I've tried a million. This is the best one I've had so far. I don't know if you can see the metal. It's like a metal thing from Bondtech. this thing here.
Yeah.
And it's the best one so far. But pretty much what happens is it'll just push the Bowden tubes out of it. So, but yeah, other than that, it works great.
Yeah, tell us
Is that
about
because of the
the
retractions? Is it the amount of retractions that's causing it?
Well, the other solution, like Joel Telling has the same problem with his, but what he does, he turns his temp up to 240. So like you'll see I'm printing at 230 degrees right now, because if you have the temp down to like where you normally have PLA, it's too much pressure. So
Yeah, you're not able to push enough plastic because the heat's not hot enough to melt it fast enough. Yeah.
So turning the temp up is kind of a cheat to get it to work better. But yeah.
Well, no, it's about the amount of filament you can melt at any one time. So, and the only way to speed that up to be able to push more plastic is to raise the temperature, because you're only melting so much within the chamber, and it's eventually going to run out. So by upping the temperature, it melts faster. That's all it is.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, the rail core is 218. I usually run this 200 to 218, and it's running that's 150 millimeters a second at 5,000 acceleration, I think.
What are you asking for your Delta?
I mean, I wanted 1,300 for it, but if somebody came and gave me $1,000 for it and I didn't have to ship it, I would take it.
And where are you located? Phoenix?
Phoenix, Arizona, yeah. Goodyear, Arizona, actually. I'm actually right next to the Phoenix International Race where they have a NASCAR race at.
I know where that's at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're like 8 hours away from me?
Oh, not even. Not even. We're probably like
four and a
half
half
hours, maybe. I think I can make it in Vegas.
Yeah.
Now watch. I'll get another chat. A comment will come up from Betty Boop. She'll go, "No." Yeah, tell us about your drag car. I heard you went and done a quarter mile pretty fast. What kind of car you got?
It's a Tesla Model 3 Performance. So,
Wow.
Let's see if I can show it to you guys. But
you've got the 4 motors in it.
Two motors. Yeah. So.
Oh, you only got 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's all electric, and you just hit the accelerator, and you're gone.
Instant torque.
Yep. Instantaneous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you scare a lot of people driving down the street. They don't hear you coming. You go, ah, and you yell at them, and you go,
Yeah.
They don't
There's
see
my
you
guy.
because this logo's in the way. That's why.
Well, the fastest motorcycle in the world is a Harley electric, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Electric motorcycle.
wow.
Yeah. Anything that gives you instant torque, you can't beat.
Yep.
What do you think? What do you think the top speed is on that car?
I know
Nice.
what the top speed is. In fact, I hit it when I drove it to Washington, going through the last stop in Nevada, going into California, into Susanville, California, I think it's called. At like 2 o'clock in the morning, I hit 153 miles an hour on it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Insanity mode is great, isn't it?
Oh man, but let me tell you, at 130 miles an hour, 140 miles an hour, it's super stable. But you just watch the percentage gauge start going.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
just-
battery. Yeah.
You can outrun the Roadrunner.
Yeah, it's
Tesla's
it's faster
Doesn't
than most
Tesla
motorcycles.
monitor that? Don't they
No.
monitor you and see that you're doing that?
No, I don't think.
No.
I don't think that. I mean, Tesla. This car came with the track pack, so like
Oh.
I can actually use the voice command and tell it to, I say turn on track mode, and it will turn all the traction control. It'll turn all that stuff off. But, yeah, it. I don't know. In the quarter mile, the best I got was like 11.7 at 119 miles an hour, and there was a guy there, Jessica Kerser's other friend that was there. So she was there, and then there was some other Teslas there, and he actually did like low 10s or low 11s in his car and his Model 3. So then there was a guy that bought a Model X that day. Like he just bought the Model X, and the first place he went to the quarter mile track with it. So
Wow.
and but yeah, I beat a Hellcat multiple times. Yeah, it was fun. But they don't like the Tesla guys, so we have to kind of all stick together because they don't really like us being there. So
I rode in a truck years ago going up Bonanza here in Las Vegas, and he had nitrous on the truck. This is when I was a teenager, and I couldn't believe how fast that thing got down the road. I felt like I was in a jet airplane. It was just crazy fast.
Well,
Yeah.
and the new Tesla Roadster, speaking of fast as a jet, the new Tesla Roadster is going to actually have a rocket on the back of it. Elon Musk found a way to do a compressed air rocket on the back of it, so like it's going to do 0 to 60 in under like a 1.2 seconds or something. So
if you're not careful, you end up with a stain on your own chair.
Yeah, go watch the videos of that. The Tesla Roadster doing 0 to 60 in 1.2 seconds. It's absolutely insanity. But
wow,
yeah. So
sure, everybody's going electric now. They're all doing it. Ford are doing it. Everyone now.
You know, I used to race gas cars for years. You know, NASCAR cars, and so I've been around racing my whole life. But I love gas cars, but once you drive an electric car, it's like you really can't go back from it. You know, like it's just nothing else is like it. You know, and then the efficiency of it. You know, the ability to you know, my car is charged up every morning. I don't ever stop at a gas station. I don't ever have to worry about running out of gas.
But when your battery should ever go bad, that's going to be astronomically expensive.
Yeah. You know what though? My experience so far with Tesla, and they're not perfect, but my experience with Tesla so far is that most of these guys that have 200,000 miles on their car, I mean, there's some people that have 500,000 miles on their car, and their battery degradation. So what happens in the first 25,000 miles is you lose 10%, and then after that, it kind of stops. So, you know,
you don't have to change them batteries. You don't have to change them batteries out every 8 years or whatever.
Well, we don't know yet because the only thing we have to go on is the original car that came out. But in general, they're saying, no, you shouldn't have to. I mean, there's people with 1 million miles on their car that still have 80% of their battery life that they had when they bought it. So if you treat the system is built to treat the battery right. So you can't overcharge it or undercharge it, you know. So there's always going to be, you know, I guess there's always a chance that could happen. But in general, most people that had high mile Teslas are really happy with them. So, I mean, the resale value on them is crazy. I mean, my car in the last year has only lost like $8,000 after driving it off the lot, which is, I mean, go buy the new C7 Corvette or whatever that Corvette is, or you know, any of those cars, they all lose value like crazy, you know. So. But yeah,
they're constantly developing the battery technology to make it better as well. They're changing the mixtures in the batteries to improve them to make them last longer. So and they're ahead of everybody else. Like, I mean, nobody else can build batteries as good as they do right now.
Right. Yeah, and it's like I said, I think Tesla is a far all the car companies are being forced to build electric cars. And they're chasing Tesla right now, and I think they got a long ways to go. What Tesla has that no other car manufacturer has is the cool factor. You know, like everybody loves Tesla.
The only thing is that the other car manufacturers have way more money behind them.
Well, I guess that's true somewhat.
Does your car have an autopilot feature on it where it drives itself?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried it?
If you guys want to wait a minute, I'll show it to you.
Well, their system is open source, and that's where all the other companies are stealing all their info.
No, it's not open sourced.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought they said Tesla went open source, and then that's where all the other companies are getting their info from.
They're open sourcing some of the old technology that they developed for batteries and so on. They have an open source software for the car.
Everybody watching, we're in a Tesla, and he's going to back out of the garage. This is so cool.
Well, they did open source. Like Tesla has very few copyrights because Elon Musk's goal at this point, I mean, he's already one of the richest men in the world. His goal now is he's trying to get as many car companies to go full electric as possible, which is a pretty amazing thing, you know, when you consider.
I love Elon Musk. I love watching anything Elon Musk. I think he's just absolutely amazing. And if I was gay, I'd have the biggest man crush.
That doesn't stop you.
Shh. Right. I told you that in secret.
Oh, wow.
So hold on. It's not driving itself yet. I'm driving. Oh, don't hit the bird. Let's see. I got to get... So it won't do it. It won't do it in my neighborhood because of obvious safety reasons. But
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of two bad wrecks where like a semi's pulling out and the Tesla didn't detect the shininess of the truck and kept on going, and the driver didn't know it. So
yeah, well, I'll tell you, the opposite is true now. Every time it sees a semi truck, it shits its pants. It gets so scared. But here, I'll turn it on right here. So this is.
You're welcome.
So here we go. So just double click it like that, and the blue steering wheel comes up, and so now it's driving itself, and it will go like I can change lanes. Oh, it didn't like that, so it canceled it. So there it goes.
Okay, how do you change lanes? You put on your blinker and it gets over when it can?
Yeah, actually, what it'll do is it will do it automatically. If you can set it to do it automatically. I don't like it because it scares the shit out of me when it does it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you always got to be ready to grab the wheel. Now, if you grab the wheel, you can take over at any time, right?
Yeah. So if I like right now, it's telling me there's a stop sign coming up or a stoplight, and it will stop. I just hit the stalk, and it'll go through the light. You can see it detects all the lights.
Okay.
So yeah, so I can do this. I can fight it, and it will give me control back.
Okay.
And now it's stopping. My feet aren't on the pedals. It's stopping at the light on its own.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I've seen a guy who was testing his Tesla in a parking lot on a YouTube video. He wasn't in the vehicle. It was autonomous, and a cop came up to give him a ticket for not stopping at a stop sign in the parking lot. And when the cop realized nobody was in it, he's like, well, nobody's in it. I guess I can't give you a ticket. And, he explained what he was doing. The cop didn't overlooked it.
Yeah, so that's what the summon feature, and it's gotten really good as of lately. When I can almost get to the point where I can go to the grocery store and walk outside the grocery store and have it come get me. It's pretty good.
Really?
When I first got the car, it sucked. It would do weird things like park in the middle of the road and shit like that. But
yeah, backing out of a stall around other cars and people, I'd be real worried about something happening. But maybe eventually the technology will get past that. And
it does, Jerry. It does really good at that. It does amazing at detecting things. I don't worry about it hitting anything anymore. But we can kind of see. I'll do a 60-mile-an-hour pull here. We'll stop for a second. Hopefully cops aren't here. But anyways, there we go.
Yeah, I'm kind of overlooking my chat here. Let me pull them up on the screen.
So yeah, and then it's great if you're a drinker.
Actually, if you are a drinker and you get pulled over, you will still get drunk and driving because
I know.
I've been a truck driver for 7.5 years. This kind of crap scares me just because I've seen.
I'd hate to be around a semi fully loaded and it's being, doesn't have a driver. He's just sitting there dozing off while his truck's running down the mountain.
They have them. They actually approved them in Utah. They're using them in Utah.
Yeah.
But the driver has to be awake and alert, and if he decides he wants to go check his 3D printer in the back seat, there could be a problem.
Well, what happens is it does check to make sure.
Hey guys, I gotta jump. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Take care, buddy.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, I gotta go, Jerry.
All right.
Good talking to you guys.
Thank you for coming by.
Yep.
Later, Dick.
See you guys.
Well, that was really cool seeing that car like that.
They actually do make sure that if you fall asleep behind the wheel, right? If you fall asleep and you have to interact with it every so often, I believe, and if you don't, it would actually slow down and park you.
Hey, Kenny, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while. You'd like to drop in, Kenny? There's a link there if you want to come in and tell us.
All it can do is run the interstates right now, and that's all it can do. Taking any kind of exit or whatever, the driver has to do it.
No,
are there signs all those trucks to let people around it know that it's self-driving?
Yes.
Just so they know to stay clear.
Well, let me tell you what. I mean, the technology they've got now, with the company that I have and the system that we have in the trucks, we have a camera that's pointing out, and we have a camera that's pointing at the driver. And if that driver takes his eyes off the road, bam, we're notified instantly. We're told. We get a little notification and a video of it.
Have you heard of all the trouble with Amazon?
What's that?
Have you heard of all the trouble that Amazon is in because of that?
No, I haven't.
It's so bad that a lot of drivers that drive for Amazon, carry empty water bottles with them because that's what they have to pee in. They can't stop anywhere.
Well, we run Amazon. That's where our contracts is Amazon. We run the rails for Amazon and we run dry van for Amazon.
What have you been up to, Kenny?
No, just work, you know.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in probably 3 or 4 weeks on stream.
Yeah, I finally got my machine back up and running. I had to replace the whole hot end,
Oh, that sucks.
but I got it going.
Amazon to the rescue.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
fixing some cup holders for my daughter to they're too big in the truck. So
Yeah.
I wanted them reduced.
You want to, yeah, the adapters, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm making for her right now.
You should make her cool ones, man. You should make her cool ones that look like this. Right there, like a predator.
There
Yeah, I
go.
turned your volume up.
Or you know, a little bit of right there, you know, little aliens cup
Yeah.
holder, you know.
Nice.
But she drinks those little small cans, you know, that,
Yeah.
Oh, like
So-
Red Bull.
yeah, I'm not sure what they are, but other than that, I've been got my machine running and I've been out doing some metal detecting, finding a few things, and you know, a lot of my wife's been gone taking care of helping my daughter take care of the grandkids because she had hip surgery. So she's been gone to Minnesota, so I've been running the shop all month, you know, by myself. So
Well, Dum Dum, to answer your question, he doesn't get as much flack. Musk doesn't get as much flack as Bezos does because Bezos drives his. I know I'm going to regret saying this.
Bezos.
Bezos, whatever his name is, he drives he drives staff sometimes like slaves.
And he's no longer running Amazon. Somebody else took over.
Yeah, he handed over because he wants to spend more time with Blue Origin, the space company.
Yeah, my son used to work for Amazon. Then he went to IT for Amazon, which wasn't as hard as running around filling orders. I know all about it. Then my ex-wife used to work for him on the return section. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, I love Amazon. Nobody beats them. I mean, you usually get stuff tomorrow or the next day. If they stock it, you don't have to go through a third-party company. And free shipping, yeah, I pay $120 a year for that with Prime Video.
Yeah.
If you order
I
enough,
love Amazon. I shop mostly Amazon.
yeah, I
Everything's
get
Amazon.
stuff here 3 or 4 times a week. That's why I guess I have
Me
money
too.
for all the time.
I have to say though, Amazon's Prime Video is terrible.
It is.
It's so they have so limited content out there at this part.
A lot of the content
I don't
that's on
use any of
Prime
those,
is subtitled and it's foreign. A lot of it are startup companies trying to make a movie.
Stuff, but
I have my own.
they're saying they're selling you a service that's supposed to be video content, and half of it is pointless and useless and stupid stuff. They're not. You're paying for a service that you should be getting extra and more modern info, right?
For $120 a year, I should get Music Unlimited for free and not have to pay extra, which I don't. I have the Alexa behind me. I'm not going to say her name, or she'll hear me. I'll talk to her, and she'll play most songs. A lot of stuff you got to get the music package.
Yeah,
$120 a year, I should already have it.
I agree. So
Yeah.
what they offer you is you pay to get fast delivery, which you can get anyway, right? Because come on, there's Amazon distribution points around every single corner.
Unless USPS is
We have
delivering
8
it,
of them.
then you're going to get the runaround for a week.
Then you'll get it for 2 weeks later. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And
if you order
then-
from Walmart, usually it comes from multiple places, and it comes when it comes.
So you're paying for something that you're not getting. You're not getting a huge benefit out of.
But
In all
what
fairness,
competition do they have? What other place supplies like they do?
There's nobody in the
The
States.
problem is with the Amazon and the workers, and this is coming from someone who, my wife worked at Amazon for 4 years, and we went through court battles and everything else over her getting hurt. We lost to Amazon. They won.
Of course you did. Bigger.
And I've seen the inner workings of Amazon, and here's what it is. There's no other company like Amazon in the world.
Yeah.
They grew so big so fast, there wasn't enough management in the nation to be able to handle all the distribution centers that they have out there that have experience. So they go to these colleges and they tell these college kids, and this is true with Amazon. This is absolutely true with Amazon. If you go to school and you're going to college for business management, you can literally get your whole entire tuition paid by Amazon. Amazon says if you come be a manager at one of our facilities, we will cover your full tuition. So they've got nothing but wet behind the ears management running these facilities, and it causes a lot of problems.
Here's a picture of the one I just bought right here.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You got the better one than I got.
Yeah, it's an 18 megapixel. So, and
Yeah,
I
I got the 10 megapixel one.
I want that primarily for time lapse videos. And if I can find other great uses, I wish that the screen flipped out. So if I ever tape with it, I can see what I'm taping. I mean, I can set it up and run around the front.
You don't want to use that for taping.
But, huh?
You really don't want to use that for taping. You really don't. Yeah, a Logitech webcam is way more better than that, and it's only $70.
The Brio I'm talking on right now, I forget how much they currently cost. It'll do 1080p or 4K, and that's what I tape all my stuff with.
Yeah, that's what I got right here is the 1080p 4K right here, the Logitech one.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, that camera is going to be, for what you're trying to do, it's going to be great. Leave it on a stand, leave it set up for Resin Labs, but anything else, your cell phone's better than that camera, period.
Yeah. Well, a lot of stuff I've seen in my
this is
videos.
28 megapixels right here on this
Not
one.
my cell phone.
Yeah, I've got
you see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the latest, you can go get a junk cell phone, like an S10 or a Note 10 right now for like $150. And it's got a 25 megapixel camera, and it's got HDR and everything.
We talk about the S10 is what I have right here, and I'm still paying on it. And it costs quite a bit. As you know, you make payments on them for like 2 years with your bill. But
yeah.
So here's what I think of that comment.
Well, I got this one here. This is the
Look at that
S20, and yeah, but my S10s, I mean, it only cost. I mean, I paid them off, but since I paid them off, I might as well keep them, right?
You can order these eyes off of Amazon. They're a half shell eye. They come in different colors. So if you don't want to try to paint eyes for a print out your head.
Oh, that's a nice
you
idea.
get a Dremel and you cut off the eyes and you silicone them in from the backside or hot glue them. And yeah, when I reviewed my Tivo Tarantula Pro, I wireframe rainbow. I printed that. It came out really nice.
You should put googly eyes in that. That way you shake the eyes wobbling around. That'd be making fun.
Drill holes in them and put the LEDs in them.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Great LEDs for demon eyes. That's a good idea, Kenny.
Yeah.
The most terrifying thing was to start streaming and not streaming.
Yeah, but I just I just use my cell phones for all my recording, and I get great quality video. I get all 1080p. I set everything 1080. I don't set it for the 4K because, come on, I mean, look at me. Do you really want to put a 4K camera on this?
I refuse to comment under the ground.
A lot of people can't watch in 4K, so to upload to 4K, that takes forever. There's no reason to. As long as you're 1080p, you're good.
Exactly. I mean, this is not a face for 4K. This isn't even a face for 1080p.
I
should be running 480 with this kind of face.
We're at 720p.
There's a reason I worked in radio and not television for years. You know?
I get a face for radio. Don't worry. I know what it feels like.
I shoot all my video on my iPhone 8 Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian Vines does all his videos on his. I don't know if it's an iPhone or an Android, but yeah. And then whenever I go in my resin room, I just take my camera in there, I set it up on a tripod, and it has really good video, perfect video quality.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because cameras, processing chips don't even compare to cell phones.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and that's where it all comes in. I mean, taking photos is one thing, but shooting video and having that processing power and to be able to work in all the different formats when you're doing video editing, that's priceless. You know, having that nice big wide shot and having it nice and rich where you can be able to size it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, but of course, when I do my shooting on my phones, I actually go into the pro version of the video and I actually white balance and set all my stuff too. So,
what program do you use? Filmic Pro?
No, I'm Adobe guy. I have the full master collection.
Oh, okay.
I actually make safety videos for my company now, and they're paying for the Adobe. So So they're paying for the master collection, so I get that
As long as
benefit
they're
of having
paying for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I go to Walmart and I buy those packets when I buy this water. It's the only kind of water I like from Walmart. These bigger bottles, Sam's Purified, and I put flavor packets in. I got sweet tea in it. I typically my whole life I drink tea with no sugar. When I go out to eat anywhere, I don't get soda. I get tea with no sugar. I love it, and I kind of got hooked on this sweet tea flavor. So I've been buying sweet tea packets. But yeah, tea without sugar and it's fine. It's good.
Oh, I cannot.
So this sweet tea is like it kind of instead of me going and baking some cookies that I don't need, I can drink this and it takes care of my sweet tooth.
Tea without sugar in it tastes like
tea is fine without sugar. Tea is fine without sugar.
Have you done the hot tea with the milk? And
I've done it all.
Well, of course you have. I know you have.
I put a sugar in it, a little bit of milk in my hot tea.
Yeah.
I make that occasionally. And I drink coffee black, or I can put cream and sugar in it, but I prefer coffee black.
Here's a little tip.
My coffee's got to be gay. I cannot drink a straight coffee. It's got to be all kinds of different flavors and everything else, Starbucks, whatever. You know what I mean?
If you put
Lightroom mobile app has a good camera app, Lightroom, okay.
If you put the milk in the cup first before you pour your tea or coffee, you won't stain your cup ever.
Oh,
I put in milk and sugar, and then I dump the coffee, and I don't stir it up because the coffee I poured in, it just stirred it for me.
Yeah, but if you put the
that's how I do it.
By pouring the milk first, and then adding the tea or coffee afterwards, you often get your cup stained with coffee and so on. Yeah, that never happened because because the milk being in there first, it won't stain.
I buy the International Delights Oreo flavored cold coffee that comes in the jug at Walmart. I buy that, and then I even put a little bit of creamer in with that and mix it. I hate the taste of coffee, but I like the energy and everything that comes with it. So I try to get rid of that taste of coffee as much as possible. I'm more of like creamer with a side of coffee.
Green tea has more caffeine than coffee does.
Oh, I can't do green tea either.
I like green tea.
I am mostly Powerades. Powerade Zeros.
I don't know what they are.
G Fuel, I haven't tried. I don't think I've tried that. Are they a packet? Well, obviously,
I drank the sun-kissed packets in the water. And
yeah, I know them. I've never drank them.
0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 everything.
0 flavor.
It's actually got a pretty good flavor.
If anybody else like to drop in and hang out, you're welcome to. I can repost the link. If you can't find it in chat, you're always welcome. And if you'd like some cool discounts, they're down below in the description. ZYLTECH, if you enter 3DHP at checkout, you get 15% off your total order. They used to have free shipping a year ago, over $75. Now they don't. They got reduced shipping because of all this crap going on. And of course, everybody's prices have went up over the last year on everything.
And they've got good filament, though, too. I use ZYLTECH filament all the time.
Yeah, I use a lot of IC3D filament because I use a natural PETG is what I primarily use. I do PLA for testing, but like for testing a printer and so on. But that's about it. If I'm making something for home, like someone wants a phone stand, I'll use PLA. I might do PETG. Depends. Actually, I'll probably use PETG for that. So because they get knocked around a bit.
I've been printing more PETG than I have PLA lately.
PETG is beautiful to print with.
Has my video cut out or my sound or anything bringing my main computer in here?
Nope.
Okay. No. But I was on my i5 2500K for as long as I've been streaming. I got my main computer in here set up. So
no, it sounds good.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, cool.
And your audio and everything is coming through great from your Stream Deck as well.
All right, good.
Yeah.
No, if you didn't see it, here's my 3 monitors I got set up right here. The one on the end I didn't have. Yeah, the one on the end I turned upright so I can throw up because I didn't have room to turn it long ways, so it got going up right on the end there. So, and then we can't see it, but up above the main monitor, it's a 34-inch. I got a TV set where it's got all my cameras on it. If I want to watch TV, I can flip it. When I had my old setup last week or the last time I was on, I had that big one was down here in the middle, then I had 2 other monitors next to it. Or that was a TV set. But
I have one big monitor here, but I have 2 computers. So I have like two laptops that I use for work.
Okay, I'm hearing that my lighting is too bright. I got my box light that's usually over here, right here at an angle, aiming me on the side. I can't put it there. I tried using a ring light, but I wasn't getting enough light. Now I can dim myself in Logitech. I don't know if this will help or not. Let me find out. Let's see if this helps. Or makes it. Okay, I'm at 39%. Let's see what this does.
No, it's only no. Don't do that. Go back to where you were. I think he means it's just reflecting off your.
The white balance is off
Yeah.
when you're pointing it towards the screens.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do something with that box light. I need to do something else with the light here.
You need. Does the box have a diffuser in front of it?
Yeah. Well, it's got a white diffuser, and it's like an 18 by 18. I got black cardboard around it to reduce to 12 by 12. And the 12 by 12 is what's beaming at me at an angle. And I can't put the box light here because then I can't see the TV set. So I bought a couple more lights and put them next to the TV and let them angle down or something. I got to play with it.
Maybe drop the wattage of the bulb in the box light.
Yeah, it's got one of those big giant bulbs that screw in it.
Yeah.
But I do have two ring lights I could put on either side. And I mean, from what I'm seeing on camera, my face looks real shiny and kind of bright, like bright.
Yep.
Your skin, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
You need to put makeup.
Yeah, put on makeup. I just need to get out in the sun more. I mean, normally every summer I look Hispanic. I get really dark skin. I'm out in construction. I get extremely dark, but nowadays I'm not so much out in the sun.
Yeah. That's what you need. You need to get Betty to come along and dust you down in between shots.
What kind of is that? A collie? What kind of dog is that?
It's a border collie.
Border collie, yeah, they're beautiful.
Beautiful dog.
Oh,
they're very obedient, but they're hard workers. They want to be busy all the time.
Shit, you got no clue.
They want to be walking. They want to be out. They want to be doing stuff continuously.
That dog is pure energy.
You know how
fusion energy does not have anything on that dog. Like,
what you can do, you can get a backpack for the dog. You add weights into it, small weights. So when they walk, it's more work for them, and you actually burn their energy faster. So they actually, when you do your normal walk, instead of being out continuously, it actually burns the energy.
He has a full backyard with a doggy door that he can go out, and he goes out and just circles.
No, I'm saying the backpack with the work, the weight on it actually will help them.
We run him up and down our steps like multiple times a day.
Gold. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, he's pure energy. He's 3.
GS3D we know of. I haven't tried the gold, but I know. Well, GS3D is the guys you bought the 10 boxes from, Jerry.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah, that's right. It is. I got 10 boxes of white for $100 free shipping, and I thought about ordering 10 more, but I just got a camera, so I can't. I got 7 more boxes of it up on the shelf, and it's printing fine. I originally had some nozzle clogs and 2 printers. I changed out the nozzles. It's been printing fine. I have no issues with their filament. That's what I printed my droid out of. Most of my droid was printed out of their filament.
Nice.
Yeah, they only do PLA Plus. But
yeah, I've got a UV flashlight. I can just stand here with my UV light and tan myself, which it might hurt my skin, but I think it'd work though, wouldn't it?
It would damage your skin because the intensity of the UV rays. Yes.
Yeah, I put on some sunglasses and just sit here in a live stream and take them off at the end. I got big old white eyes. There's your googly eyes.
Yeah, that would not do your skin any good because lights give out UVA and UVB.
Shadowfang TH3D, isn't he using G Fuel? Isn't that what he's always talking about, Tim?
3D
I think that's what Tim's talking about all the time.
Yeah, the G Fuel. I do the sugar free because I'm diabetic, so I have to watch my sugar intake.
DST, that filament looks like poo. Gold baby poo.
Never tried it.
I got gold filament, but I don't know what.
I've got some gold from ZYLTECH that prints really nice. I
I have the G-Tech Gold that prints really nice.
Oh, it's printed solid, actually. I think it's printed solid gold, yeah. Printed solid. It prints really nice. I got up there on the spool.
Yeah, I got G-Tech Gold. It came out really good. It prints nice. And I have, like the wheels, these wheels, they're G-Tech Gold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a G-Tech Silver.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to use the gold on to make the lock and stuff for the treasure chest.
Oh, nice.
Then color the, after I prime it, I'm going to color the edges here where the bands are. I'm going to print them or paint them kind of a goldish offset brown, you know, so it
Yeah.
looks like it's worn
Nice.
a little bit.
Are you talking about which stuff are you talking about built over? Are you talking about the GST 3D materials?
On the gold?
I don't know about the gold stuff, but the other stuff I know people who've gone through 50 spools of the GST 3D PLA Plus, and they have no problems.
I'm not sure. I got it from ZYLTECH, the gold.
Oh, I haven't used the ZYLTECH stuff.
Hey, I know how you can save 15% at ZYLTECH. At checkout, enter 3D HP.
Yeah.
Wow.
15% off your total.
And now you know.
I've used
Yeah.
it already.
Yeah.
I want to get those plates for my Phenoms from that one guy you were telling me about. That has the plates where you put them on the printers on the bottom of your build plates. So when you build, you can just pop them off and take them off real easy, like the flexi plate.
Sheet from Wham Bam. Wham Bam.
Yeah,
sells
Wham
them.
Bam.
There's a few different companies that sell them, but my Wham Bam, they work fine. Now, I wouldn't want to take my entire vat and drop it in my alcohol to clean it
No,
because you got that magnetic sticker with 3M adhesive, and you'd probably eat it up. So,
it dissolves it over time. It would.
yeah, I just take I wipe off everything with my blue shop towels, and then if I want to clean it, which I don't, I just wipe it down, put it back on the printer. Then whenever I print, it's just there. It's not going to cure. It's got a cover on it. And if I ever want to clean it, I'll just take spray away glass cleaner. I clean everything with spray away glass cleaner. Any kind of resin mess, spill, anything. If I get on my wooden counter out there, I wipe it up with the rag. I spray away glass cleaner on the plywood, and then I just wipe it off, throw it in the garbage, dispose of it.
I just use a flashlight. Oh, I got all stainless steel. I went and bought stainless steel tables off of Amazon.
Yeah.
And I put all my resin printers on stainless steel tables. And so this way, all I got to do is just take my UV flashlight right there on the spill, pop it right off.
Well, if it's a big, thick spill, it's not going to cure it all the way through, but it'll cure most of it.
Yeah, it'll cure enough to make it pop.
Yeah.
Where it'll contain it, you know, and just throw that in the trash. So,
because I've filled holes before on resin prints. I quit smoking here. I filled holes in resin prints with a Q-tip, like I talk about how I fill my drain holes, and I cure the UV light, and then I come in here, I'm sitting down, I'm sanding away, and I run into the wet resin. It ain't cured all the way through, so I either stick it in my machine, or since it's hot out, I just stick it in a chair in the backyard for 5-10 minutes, and then I, completely cured it all the way through, then I sand it.
Yeah.
Anybody out there watching that's never been on camera or has been on camera, you want to come in and hang out, you're very welcome to do so.
Shadowfang hasn't been on before.
Any kind of hobby stuff. You're very welcome to drop in and hang out with us.
Has Shadowfang been on before? I don't think so.
I forgot to show you.
I don't remember.
I bought
I think he has been on it, actually.
I bought the cover for my
Nice.
Cool.
printer.
You took
go do higher temperature stuff, huh?
It's not good to have your electronics in enclosure, but if you're not going to do it that often. If you print ABS, you'd have to zip it shut, but it'll help contain a lot of your heat as long as it doesn't get too hot.
Right.
Yeah. If you're going to run it hot, you need to pull the. You need to buy extension cables and move your electronics outside of the chamber.
Yeah. Well, eventually this summer I'm going to be moving everything out to my other shed, so then I'll just vent it right outside.
If you don't want to buy Wham Bam mats, for instance, the orange ones to put underneath your resin prints, you can go over to Amazon. You can buy them. They're made for dog dishes. I have a big blue one that's huge. It was like $13, I think it was. I don't remember exactly, but they're you can use them for soldering, for painting. They got a million uses for them. And
Silicone mats, yeah.
I'm actually going to be releasing a video of how to make your own
Silicone mats.
Yes. And then I saw a video where this guy made one where it was like multiple little chambers on it, and he did a laser cut on some wood, and then when he made his thing, he did it backwards. So when he actually poured it, he actually had a full measuring square.
I think
right
I got a
on the
delivery.
mat.
I'll go check, see if I got a delivery. I heard Alexa make a chirping sound.
So I'm actually going to replicate that video, but doing it in a resin format, doing it, like make little things for resin. So I'm going to make a video about it, and I'm going to make me some slat mats.
Yeah, but you can just buy resin. You can just buy silicone mats. They're cheap.
Yeah. But then you won't have all the measuring on it, the little.
So what you could do is you could do the silicone mats, and then you could actually laser engrave that on afterwards.
Or you can just laser engrave just a piece of block, and then when you make it, you have a mold for it that you could just produce multiple ones at a time. That's the way I want to do it. I want to be able to put mats all around my lab.
Okay.
So that's the reason I would do it in the wood and stuff, because you can make multiple ones. I don't have a laser engraver, but I was going to have somebody laser engrave a block of MFD for me with that measuring squares on it, and then be able to put that in the mold. So when I pour it, it will come out and it will look right. And so when you're doing different things, you can have that little measuring.
So what you'd have to do then is you'd have to first design it for them in.
There's actually a website that actually does that for you, and it'll turn it into an SVG for you, and it will inverse it. So you can be able to laser engrave it and then put it down, and then when you pour it, it will come out right. So you can actually do that. It's all built into the website.
What's the wire harness for, Jerry?
That's for my droid build. It's so you can run electronics into the dome. This spins continuously and angle. I wanted to get some off of eBay that was recommended to me, but they're coming from China. It take like 3 weeks. Well, that ain't going to work. So I found a company that has them in the Midwest. It's like, cool, Indiana, I can get them right away. But they must order from China, because once I placed the order, it said it had been shipped, but it won't be here for 2 weeks. So then I got a hold of one of the guys in the droid build that I don't want to call him James, but anyway, I keep getting his name. Anyway, he told me about on eBay where he found one that would work, so I ordered that one off eBay and got it in 2 days. But I got 5 more coming that I don't need. But for other projects, I can use them on other builds. Your power's coming from down here. It goes up to your lights or your Arduino or whatever in the dome. And then because this spins independently with contacts, I guess, inside, it doesn't tangle, twist up your wires.
Yeah.
So, or I guess you could run solid wires up, not have them, and then have a pin or something on your droid. It can only turn almost 360 and stop. You have to go back the other way.
You could do the 360, but what you'd have to do is you'd have to use the motor on the outside to do the rotation, and then in the center you'd have a column in the center with a hollow, and the wires would pass through that.
Well, that's where this goes, but if you ran it in one direction too much, eventually you bust your wires because they can't spin independently. You twist them up. With a continuous wire that keep twisting up until you snap them. That won't happen with this piece. And I forget the exact name of it, but yeah, that's
slip ring. It's called.
Yeah, slip ring.
Oh, okay. I'd love to be able to do that droid stuff. I just don't have the
time.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. Time flies by. I mean, it's like today. I'm not getting anything else accomplished. But what am I going to be doing? Watching TV, eating, and I'll do stuff in here a little bit, and I might as well go live. I told my wife
here.
I'll go live every week. I'll just get replaced.
Yeah,
I'm literally sitting right here 90% of my life right now with my job and everything. I'm just right here. I don't even have time to go downstairs. We don't have time for TV. I don't have time. I found out time is more precious than money. I never realized that till I got older. Time is more precious than money. I just, with all the things I've got to do and all the things that I work on and all the little side projects I work on, it's insane. Time.
Well, hold on, Gary. I'll
valuable.
give you my exact link that I bought off Amazon. Let me look on Amazon.
I'm trying to get the name of something.
Okay, here's the one I bought. I'm going to post it. This is not an affiliate link, so I won't get anything off of it. I don't need to give you an affiliate link all the time, but here it is. Here's the link right here, the one I just got off Amazon that I'm holding in my hand. Amazon USA.
I'm trying to find the name of that printer. CR10 Smart. That's the one. Did you see that one? No?
CR10 Smart?
Yeah, they just announced it.
No.
Starting shipping in May.
I don't follow a lot of the new stuff coming out because I can't afford to buy it unless I want to review it and I got to contact somebody. And
I only know about them because I was on the stream. That's how I know about it. But that's the one that I have coming to me.
I wish we had a micro center in Vegas. Fry's just went out of business.
I know, it's sad.
And my CR10 Max needed a new board from Creality. On Amazon, they're like $83. On Tiny Machines, they're about $81. But then you got to wait like a week from Tiny Machines. Amazon, 2 day shipping typically. And hold on, let me wait a minute. Awesome, thank you very much. We got to play the music here.
Super chat.
Awesome, thank you very much, Nonstick. You guys hear that real good?
Yep.
So,
But Jerry needs to dance to it.
no, I don't want to get up and dance. I'm too fat to
You
get
can
up.
sit in the chair and dance, but you have to dance to it. If you're playing the music, you got
Yeah,
it.
there you go. It's all about
There you go.
showmanship.
Come on,
Showman.
Jerry, give her.
Okay, now
You got to give the audience
Jerry,
what they
I
want.
changed my mind because now you look like you need medication for the fit you're having.
Well, here we go. Okay, get a good look at
Oh.
Yeah, it's not creepy at all. No.
that. See, I was made to be on live streams. Anyway, back to the board. Micro Center here in the U.S., only locally in all their stores. There isn't a Micro Center in Las Vegas. They had the board for $39.99. They're closing out, and all the stores had like 10 of them. So I got on Facebook and Twitter late one night, a couple days ago, and I said, hey, does anybody got a Micro Center right by them? I'll PayPal you the money. Go buy it to me and send it to me. Could save me $40. But anyway, I wound up taking the post down, got on Amazon, spent $80-something, and I got it that way. So
Hey, I didn't see the post, or I would have told you. I've got a Micro Center about 30 minutes away from me. I
Oh,
would
do
have
you?
done that for you. Anytime you want anything from, well, for one, Micro Center generally will ship, but if not, if it's one of those in-store only,
yeah, they sit in store
That's
only.
okay.
Yeah.
Columbus, Ohio. If you ever want to do something from Micro Center, check Columbus, Ohio, see if they got it. If they do, let me know. Hit me up. You got my Facebook. Just drop
All
me a message and I'll run it. It gives me a reason to go to Micro Center. Come on.
Yeah, the
I
Micro
mean-
Center for us is about 100 miles away from where I'm
Wow, awesome. Thank you very much, Jason. M. Awesome, very cool. Thank you very much. Here, let me dance. Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you very much, Jason. Hey,
What
did
you
you,
need is the truffle shuffle to come up right there when you do that.
did you see the slip ring I just showed Jason? It just came in the mail. Was you watching when I showed that? The link he sent me? And the ones I'm getting in the 22nd are coming from China, probably. Indiana says, oh, no, I emailed them. I said, no, they're coming from us. No, they're not. Otherwise, it wouldn't take over 2 weeks to get them from Indiana. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have it at Micro Center, but it's about an hour's drive.
You guys just made my babies cry. Yeah, but here's that slip ring I got right here, Jason. So, and like I said, I got 5 more coming on the 22nd, so I'll have to use them for other droid builds or to sell them to other people. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Sorry about that, Marcel.
That's funny. Yeah, but so I was saying that CR10 Smart has got Wi-Fi. It's got ABL. It's got Z diagonal support to make it stronger. big touch screens are coming in it. It's even got silent fans in the power supply.
Nice.
And as you've already said, no fan is really silent. If they're moving air, they're making noise.
Yeah,
but
well, you're going to have air pressure noise. There's no.
I don't see why people are worried about their printer making noise. So what? It's a printer.
Don't see the big deal about it myself.
Hey, Kiki. Wow.
But still, and I think like so many people have been asking for Wi-Fi support. Now I have a horrible feeling though, their Wi-Fi support will require their Wi-Fi app, their app that they use for their cloud, the cloud slicer that they have, Creality Cloud, and nobody wants to use that.
You know, I would be happy with if they would just make it to where I can access the USB stick I've got sticking in that printer on the network, where I can just drop files in that. I'd be happy with that.
The Weedo printer has a camera built in, and the camera has storage, and you can upload via Wi-Fi to the storage on the camera and print from there on the printer.
Okay. But I mean, if you're going to go all that route, you might as well just get yourself a Raspberry Pi and hook up an Octoprint.
I know, I'm just saying, but this is built in, right?
Oh, okay.
So you can actually do Wi-Fi upload to that printer. I have a feeling the Creality ones, all the Wi-Fi stuff is going to require a Creality Cloud. And if it is Creality Cloud, well, I am not going to upload anything to Creality Cloud.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
She's saying, the cat saying, who's that bald cat in the picture?
Ruff, ruff, ruff. Oh, here comes my dogs. They heard me barking. Here, jump up. Jump up. There's a kitty. Come here, come here, come here. Here, come here. Look. Come here. Nikita right here. Come here. Look, there's a kitty on TV.
Oh, now she's watching.
Yeah, she sees the dog.
She's watching now because she sees the dog.
Look on TV. Yeah, here, jump up. Jump up. Here, Nikita.
The joys of being a pet owner.
Look.
I have a dog. I'm not a fan of cats.
Yeah, I don't
allergic
like
to them.
cats in my house.
Okay.
I'm allergic to them, but
Okay.
she started watching the screen.
Yeah, she's paying attention. Yeah, I haven't had a cat in a long time. My son's wife is allergic, so about the time they got together, I got rid of my cat. So, but my cat was old and it was time to go to heaven. So,
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, no,
Anyway.
I
I got 2 dogs myself.
have
You saw the
one.
one.
cats are like women; they don't listen. Period.
Yeah, they don't.
I'm smart enough not to keep out of that conversation.
Yeah.
Trust me, there's a lot of jokes that I was ready to start flying when he brought the cat on the camera, but I was trying to keep it, civil.
Yeah. Watch the words on when we talk about cats. The language.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never. My sister loves cats. I've never liked them. She always had them growing up. My allergies were bad. They're always bad at this time of year, but cats drive them crazy.
Well, the thing is, this one is my daughter's cat. We've been watching it for a number of years because her kids raised heck with it because they're small kids.
So it's your cat, you
Oh.
mean?
Yeah, so it's more or less mine.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Beautiful cat.
If you're watching it for a week or two,
It's chill.
then you're watching the cat. If it goes
Yeah.
on
Only if
beyond
you
a month,
fucking people
it's yours.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, I spoil it. Yeah.
My last cat I had was a black cat, and I had a little dog at the time. And you know what dogs and cat, well, anyway, dogs eat things they shouldn't eat, and they want to lick people. So I had a litter box in a closet, and I had to put a block by the door so the door was only cracked. But I swear to God, this little dog would always open that door up and clean the litter box out every day. So I had a lot of problems with that,
Yep.
Yeah. My buddy, his daughter, they have 2 German Shepherds, and his daughters were asking for little kittens for Easter. So he got his daughter's little kittens for Easter. And he's like, they didn't make it 2 hours.
Oh, the dogs
got a hold of it and thought it was a squeak toy.
No.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
He's like, yeah, we're not making that mistake again.
Yeah. Well, if you introduce a young pup, and a cat, they will grow up together and they'll get along okay. If
Get a
you-
water bottle and blast both of them, and they'll get along. They'll learn not to do that, I guess.
That would work too, yeah, like a squirt gun or whatever. Yeah, but if you introduce a young cat into where there's grown dogs, Yeah, the cat has no chance.
Yeah.
When I brought my brown and white dog home, you just seen from the pound when I bought her. I brought her home to introduce to Nikita, and they're both on a leash. She was on a choke collar they give you when you buy them. It's like a rope around their neck. You pull tight and it chokes them. And I brought them in the same house. Nikita was my son held one, I held the other, and they were viciously trying to get to each other to attack. And my dog was going nuts. She was going nuts. The new dog got a bad bloody nose because she was wound up so bad for so long. So I had to go to the pet store and buy a cage, a kennel. I put her in a kennel all night and it wouldn't work out. And then it dawned on me, a friend of mine got a hold of me on Facebook and he said, get a water bottle. That'll solve your problem. And it didn't even dawn on me because I've done that years ago. Blast both dogs with a water bottle. They start acting crazy or vicious and it'll shut them right up because most dogs don't love water when they're getting blasted. And that fixed the problem. A day and a half later, I did that. And I let them both out, and they started to start something. I blasted them both, and they backed up, smelled each other, and everything's been fine ever since. So water bottles.
Super soakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy a super soaker at Toys R Us, load it up, pump it, and bang, bang, bang.
Well, I had a super soaker. I would walk in the bedroom. My wife would be sitting on the bed watching TV. I'd turn the corner and go, ah! And I'd blast her in the face, and then she'd probably call 911. Anyway.
Okay, no to everybody. No super soakers for Jerry.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, it snowed here years ago, and I had a neighbor across the street that used to live in Michigan. Yeah, I went over and knocked on her door, she opened the door. Hi, what's up? Wham! I nailed her with a snowball in the chest, and she cussed me out and slammed the door on me. She goes, I came from Michigan, you blankety blank, and slammed the door on me. So, anyway.
Oh yeah, we're used to. We know what snow is like here.
Yeah,
way too much.
It don't snow here much unless you live on the outskirts of Vegas and up closer to the mountains. Except for the mountain. I'm by Sunrise Mountain. I got a big mountain right outside my door, but it don't snow on my side of town.
I'm hoping by the end of this summer, I'm probably going to take a trip to Vegas.
Well,
So I still have a house out there. I still got a car out there. So I mean, all I got to do is just pay for plane tickets just to fly in, and I can spend as long as I want there. I can even take my job with me if I want and just work from there.
You're welcome to come by, say hey, and we'll shoot a video together or something.
Absolutely. Teach you a few things.
So,
been doing this a long time with broadcasting, especially from at-home broadcasting.
Yeah, so. I like the live stuff. The recording is okay.
Most people like live because they don't have to edit and figure all that out. That's
it. It's not just that, though. It's not because of that, actually. It's because I like the interaction with people. That's why I like the live stuff. I don't mind editing videos. I do that as part of my job because I do training stuff as part of my job.
But a lot of people drag out video of that you're live streaming because they want you to get to the point and build it. So if you had somebody on with you and they're reading chat while you stay working, more people would tend to want to rewatch it because you're not going to take 3 hours.
Well, I do know what it takes less than an hour to build a machine, right? And I attend chat while doing that. What happens is the first print takes so long. That's what causes what makes it last so long, or unless you're in the issues with the assembly, right?
You can do it live, and then when it's doing its first print, just turn the live off, and then you can go back and edit the live.
Yeah,
you can always do that. What I would like to do is something like this with a Hangout, but I want to be able to take modelers and let them feature some of their models, and actually do interview. I'd love to be able to interview like Hex 3D or Sanix or any of them. I've sent them all messages. I'm not getting a single reply.
Sanix will never come on camera. I've known him for many years through Facebook, and he won't do live. He won't even do it with the camera turned off where he's talking. I've contacted a lot of designers. I've had a few designers on, and a lot of people just won't come on camera, period.
You don't like them?
They just don't want to do the camera. I haven't talked to Hex 3D, but I'm saying a lot of people won't. And
I can't get a message to him. I've tried.
I was having people on every week, every Wednesday. I'd have somebody on, but I haven't.
6,000 Patreons, man. His group is so insane that I can't imagine him being in contact with his Patreons.
I had
a lot of people.
I had Wexter on about 2 months ago. I had Wexter come on. That was cool. I've had Joe Telling on. At some point, Uncle Jesse will come on if I get back a hold of him because I've asked him for over a year. I've asked him many times.
With Uncle Jesse and Joe Telling, that'd be nice.
And then Uncle Jesse finally came on EduTech, and I'm like, wow, I've tried for over a year to get him on. Now he's on EduTech. So Uncle Jesse done his first live stream in 3 years. And I was in chat, and I said, hey, what's going on, Uncle Jesse? I'm not going to call him by his name, Clayton. And the first thing he did, he read my comment, is apologize to me on his live stream. He goes, "Oh man, I know I see it's been, I guess, eating at him." He says, "I know you've been trying to get me on your live stream for a long time, and I haven't. We're going to make that happen. I'm really sorry." And I didn't say nothing in the chat about it, and I wasn't going to, but he thought about it when he seen my name.
Yeah.
Anyway, no biggie. People get busy.
Maker's Muse too. I'd like to be able to talk to him too.
Oh, Angus.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I like his
best way to
too.
get a
Yeah,
hold
I like
of a
his
lot of
too.
these people that you can't contact directly on Twitter would be go to their YouTube channel, you hit their email for business inquiries, and you message them. Or you
Okay.
send them a letter. Send them a letter.
Yeah, and Angus Angus is a nice guy. He's an easy guy. So is Michael at Teaching Tech. They're really nice guys to deal with.
Yeah, I've had Michael on before. He's really busy, but I've had him on. He's in Australia.
Yeah.
And then I've done a hangout one time where I was trying to get a lot of big hitters on, and I didn't give Chris Riley enough time. He said, "I'll try to make it, but I can't guarantee it." My live stream said he would be there, but I put a question mark in my thumbnail, but he didn't show up because he couldn't make it. Because, depending on the day of the week and what people have to do, it just doesn't always work out.
Yeah. Most of them are decent. Most of them will try and accommodate whenever, if you give them.
I got a couple that said yes so far. I just haven't booked them yet.
Well, you have to have the communication going first in email and have that, so they when they see an email from you, they respond to you. And once you have built that, then you take it into, then you get into the position of saying, "Look, I was thinking of doing a stream. Would you be interested?" Now you must remember, Angus is in Australia as well, isn't he?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. So, like, you're talking about doing probably nighttime here, morning time there, depending whatever their schedule is.
Yeah.
So,
And what a lot of people have done lately is that they'll go ahead and get them on whenever they can. You'll run it like a live stream, but you're not live. But part of it, your stuff is taped. So when you start your live stream, you do your intro, everything like normal. Chat's popping up. People think you're going to comment back to them, but you can't because it's taped. And you don't answer them while the tape is running because it looks like it's live. Once that ends, then you pop back yourself in on the other screen. You flip cameras, and now you're in. You can answer chat. But people will get the hint because they'll keep asking things in chat. You won't be answering, and they're going to wonder why. It's because you pre-taped it. Now you can say you pre-taped it.
I would rather just produce it, though. Honestly, I would rather just produce it, and just actually just instead of trying to make it look live, I would just rather just have a good production.
Well, then you just start live and you say that because of the time difference, I couldn't get such and such on, but here we'll run it and we'll watch it for 20 minutes.
Let me tell you what, it was way easier to be able to get bands and artists for interviews than it is 3D modelers.
Oh, I bet.
Bands and artists, you just call their PR guy, and that's it.
It took me over 2 years to finally go on camera. I think on the first layer, I finally popped in, and I just didn't feel comfortable. But look at me. Do I look like I'm shy?
I'm getting over it. I honestly, your Hangouts has really been helping me a lot with getting over my camera shyness. Because, like I said, I've been broadcasting for years. I've just never been on camera, and so I've been trying to.
When I used to have my weekly live streams, or when I have a guest, not when I used to, I just haven't done it lately. I would get a bad cramp in my back, my adrenaline, right when I'm getting ready to go live. I'm trying to get it timed down, get everything clicked up. But when a Hangout, that wouldn't happen. But it's no big deal.
I just got me.
the same, you see.
They just came in today. I got USB body mics.
Yeah, well, I see them both the same, because Jerry, for me, because the only thing I need to be sure of is that the questions are ready that I want to ask, or at least a good idea of where I want to ask, and I at least an outline, and then I can deviate off that if needed, right? But, and based on the responses. But other than that, I just because I'm on WebExes all the time. I'm on all this kind of stuff all the time. So it's no different for me from one day to the next, whether I'm on here or if I'm on. Do you know what I find harder? I find harder recording a review because there's zero feedback. There's no interaction, and it's just you speaking, and that's actually more difficult for me than it be a one-on-one interaction.
That's why my wife says, "Why aren't you more happily and lively in your videos like your intro?" I said, "Because there's nobody in the room. I'm not interacting, so I can't be an ass or whatever,
Well, I did. That's that's difficult for me. So just recording stuff, even though I do it a lot for my job, it's very dry.
Just remember, I hold back for you. Most of my radio days were on the internet for a reason.
I started podcasting about 8 years ago. We had a radio show on Skype. There was 3 of us. I was a co-host. And then after we gave that up, I just continued on my own, and now I've got my own show
Nice.
for podcasting.
Now, I mean, are you podcast? Where are you publishing your podcasts at?
On Anchor.
Okay, on Anchor.
Yeah.
See, I was all Shoutcast. I was all live.
Yeah.
I did the Shoutcast internet streams. was how
Hey,
I did
everybody
mine.
watching, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button down below and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I
It
love
helps with the algorithm.
I love it. It helps with the videos. It helps with the ratings. It helps me keep making great content. You know,
Yep.
like, subscribe,
It gets you
ring
in
that
front of more
bell.
people.
Leave a comment later. You got any suggestions for me? Leave them down below. I read all my comments on all my videos, and I answer 99.9% of them.
How far are you from the
Still waiting for you to answer that question.
the
giveaway?
Yeah, the giveaway.
Let me look.
Was it 1,500 people you're aiming for?
No, when I get to 2,500 subs, and right now I'm at like 23 something. Yeah, I've been talking about that for months because I don't grow very fast like other big channels. I'm at 2317. When I get to 2,500 subs, I'll release when I'm going to do it, and I've got a giveaway, tons of STLs, tons of parts, tons of filament. I don't currently have anybody donating a 3D printer to the giveaway, but once I get closer, I'll contact some companies. But yeah, I'm at 2317, and I know some people could, if you're a big enough channel, if you want more people, you already have enough people. That's real easy to do it. But yeah,
Well, I've only got 335, so you're way ahead of me.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
you
at
have
137.
You have 3 IDEX
Come on.
printers, plus you just won 2 that I don't have. So you're doing awesome in that respect.
Well, the ones that I won is one thing, but I'm doing well with the manufacturers. I've got in well with some of them, which helps.
Well, I explained to my wife that you're on the Kickstarter for GTech, and you bought that, or GTech? No, Artisty. The Artisty, you're on the Kickstarter for that, right?
I was involved with it. Yes, I was.
Okay, so did you buy that one, or did they give you that one?
The Artisty, no, no, they didn't give, or they gave me the Artisty. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't know you. I thought you had bought that one, but once you had the one, then by interviewing people that had a comparable item, they're like, "Well, sure, we'll give you ours. You can check it out." And then here comes the third one. You're comparing them all, and it doesn't matter if you're a big enough channel. You have the content of doing the comparisons that companies want to see.
Actually, I'm going to do a 3-way head-to-head against the 3 machines. At some point, but I still need to do the individual reviews of the other two first, and the third one. I'm going to do the third one first because they specifically asked for a shorter review, as well as the live unboxing. So I'm going to meet their requirement. And
I should do some reviews.
And then after that, then I'm going to start doing the reviews of the other machines. I need to get some more reviews done because that's what they often look for. And that's what they like, reviews. And so, like, you do reviews of private printers and so on, Jerry. So you should actually use that and make sure when you reach out to companies, you tell them, I've done these reviews, and link some of the reviews that you've done. So that way then they have reference points to go back to. Say,
I usually just link my channel. I tell them how big I am on Facebook, and I link that, and then I list my...
Well, do that, but also link the individual reviews, some individual machine reviews, say review for this, and list those down there.
One company said you don't have enough Facebook interaction on your group. You don't have enough interaction on my Facebook group. That was a response.
I get that. It depends on who you talk to. Creality has a hard line of 10K followers.
Creality sent me a Ender 3 V2 that I reviewed. They sent that to me.
You were lucky.
I got it in a week, but I've tried to get follow-up stuff from the guy. He went to Comgrow, I guess, and I've never heard from him again.
Well, but Creality, how long ago was that? Because Creality won't even give me the time of day.
Yeah.
On for machines, right? So since I won these ones, I'll do reviews on them, and that way, then I have my foot in the door with Creality somewhat.
Most people that I contact, I get a hold of another streamer that I know that's dealing with them. They tell me the person's name on Facebook, and then I message them directly. That's how I get most of my contacts. If I don't have that, then I go to the Facebook group, I look at their admins, and I randomly pick one, and if I recognize the name, then I'll message them that way.
That's a good way of doing it. That's a good way of doing it too.
Or by reference from somebody
Or
else.
jump on their live streams when they're doing live streams and make sure they get to know your name.
Well, that's why my name is 3D Printing and Painting on YouTube. That because the minute I make any comment, it comes up in chat, and they go, "Oh, there's 3D Printing and Painting," or "There's Jerry," if they know me by Jerry.
That's why I use Astroprinter as well. And then, like the resin I just reviewed for the hand, I was on one of their streams, and I actually won a spool of filament off them because there wasn't a lot of people on the stream, and I won a spool of filament. And when they messaged me about it, I said, look, I also do reviews, and I said, here's my YouTube. I said, do you want me to review some of your stuff? And they said, they asked me, do you do resin printing? I said, a little. I said, I don't do a lot of it. They said, we'll send you one bottle and you can do a review for us. So now I've done one for them and I published it. It goes live tomorrow, actually. That one does. The one with our friend, with our hand.
Yeah, Frozen contacted me about something they got coming up with resin, so we'll wait and see where that goes.
Yeah, you didn't see that, Kenny, did you?
Yeah, I didn't. Now I did.
3D printed hand.
Look at that.
Well, I got to cut out of here, guys.
Wow.
Y'all have a good night. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you very much, Chewy. You have a great
All right,
night.
Chewy,
Keep up great videos, and
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Take care. Bye-bye.
So you're reaching out to him in the right way, Jerry. It just takes time. Like I've gotten lucky. Apparently, luck is apparently on my side sometimes. The luck of the Irish apparently is a real thing because.
Well, another problem I have, even though I might get a product to review, when I go back and review YouTube and I see how many views I'm getting on my stuff, I'm like, why do I even do this? Why do I even waste my time when I only got 50 or 100 views? I mean, over time, a lot of my videos go way up, but if I look at some of my friends that are out there that are bigger channels and they post something an hour ago and it's like it does better than what I did over 6 months, it would be irritating.
That just takes time, you know.
I know it takes time. Once you get bigger, you have enough people, the numbers just happen.
Here, my view is I don't chase the number at all. Would I like to have 1,000 subscribers? Yeah, sure. If I get them, I'll get them. But I don't chase the numbers because if you chase the numbers, it'll drive you crazy. Which is what you're saying.
If I had 10 or 20,000 subs, I wouldn't have to wait till I was 62 to buy a new vehicle and I can get rid of my 2001 pickup. But if you have enough subs, commercials equal money, which helps you out. Sure, it's all about me doing 3D printing and helping people out there, but if I can pay for my hobby, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
I can't even get up over 100 on my subs on my YouTube channel.
It'll get there in time. Don't expect it'll get there in time, but
you have a successful business, Kenny. So you're no matter what, you're fine.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not. I don't chase the number. Would I like? As I said, I'd love to get 1,000 or 5,000. That'd be fantastic.
Well, Kenny used to be a law enforcement, so he's got a pension. He's got his Social Security, plus he's got his business, and his wife probably pays him so much a month too, big allowance.
Two businesses.
Okay, all right.
Well,
the locksmith business and the metal detecting business.
Yeah.
So it'll happen. You'll wake up one morning and all of a sudden, like you'll be busy.
Yeah.
You know, busier than you ever are, and you'll have more people coming in.
Yeah, just take time.
And
if you don't put out content, they're not going to come. It's like build it and they will come. Well, you got to put out content. You got to put out good content and frequent content. You know, one or two videos a week, at least one a week. And
So I have some reviews to get done that I'm behind on.
Yeah.
That I need to get done. So I'll get a couple. So I have one I will release today, which is the build plate from Mamoorbot. I put that out today, and I have another one that's going to go live tomorrow morning, which is
awesome.
A resin review. And then I did a live unboxing Saturday, and I'm going to do. And I have my Hangout Wednesday, and then probably at least sometime the week after, I'm going to have the review for the 10 log printer, and then I'll have to do the Weeder review after that as well, and then I'll have to do the Artist D review after that. So I have time to build on it, you know, but I need to get some stuff knocked out. I've just been buried at work. I mean,
Yeah.
Absolutely bury the work. I've been on calls at 11 o'clock at night
Yeah.
sometimes.
Plus, my book sales are still going. All right.
Oh, your book? You sell a book?
Yeah.
I authored
Metal
a
detecting.
treasure hunting book.
Oh, cool. Yeah, see, but yeah, I don't have any of that. I just have my day job in this.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to get out of here also. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Cool.
And we'll come back later on in the week and do it. And then also next Friday, we'll be back with my multi-stream with 4 other groups on our bots that we're building. Our little droid from Mr.
I'll try and
Medallion.
get back in. It's been busy, but eventually I'll be back.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys both very much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Of course. Always.
Thanks, Gary.
And I'll see you online or on my group. So
All right.
you guys
care.
take care. Alrighty. Well, that went pretty good. You know, I've got my new streaming setup here, and I got a few bugs to work out, but I got to get my lighting right, but I'll work on it. So thank you very much for coming, everybody. Everybody have a great day and happy 3D printing, and I'll be back next week. I'll keep working on some videos and try to get out some really cool content. So please like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. Happy printing, everybody.